Hey everyone, this is Louis7, and I am streaming the Lord of the Rings online after a kind of long delay from when I had this stream scheduled. So there are a few issues that went on, and I should unpin that message, or apparently just remove it. But anyway, today's stream, I was actually hoping to start it like an hour and a half ago, a little over an hour and a half ago, and that obviously did not happen. I originally had it scheduled for 7 p.m. my time, which was 40 minutes ago. And what happened was, let me go ahead and maybe start up some missions while I talk about this, and it looks like the missions that we have today, or maybe finally some I have not done on this Warden. The past like week, it seems like I have checked and I've done all the missions. And that is kind of crazy because the missions I have done in Elder Slate, I've only done 54 out of 80, but every day they have been the rotation that I have done on this character until now. I do want to say hello to Shinero and Double Z6, and also a Stan JN. Both of them were here before the stream started. I'm guessing because of some of the issues I will get into, but first today, I scheduled the stream. Usually I schedule my streams, make the whole thing for that, do that process either in the morning. Wow, I have not done like all of these missions. Let's see. Here are missions, War of Three Peaks. Let me just cancel ones that I have done. But I scheduled the streams. There we go. We can go ahead and get into one of the missions I have not done as well, Hunting the Hunters. So yeah, I scheduled the streams early in the day, basically when I can know that I will stream, and when I know around when I will stream. Well, today I had an unexpected meeting. Why does that dude have a... Oh, I need to collect hides from them? I have never done this mission before. And you can't do that in combat, oh no. I feel like I should just run around and kill everything and then collect a bunch of hides. But anyway, today I had a meeting scheduled in the afternoon. It was scheduled for like 4 o'clock. So like almost 4 hours ago, but that got delayed to 5 o'clock. And then it was delayed a little bit longer. So all of that happened. And then the meeting also went a lot longer than I had hoped. But when I found out that the meeting was delayed and it would be a possibility that I wouldn't start this stream as early as I initially thought, I rescheduled the stream to 7:30, which would have just been 12 minutes ago, and I wouldn't have been that late. But I think what happened is YouTube did not save my edits there. So it looked like to everybody, basically when I scheduled the stream, which probably was 7 o'clock, which was like 40 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago now. So that's what happened with the stream and why I'm so late compared to when it was scheduled. And then there's something else, but I honestly have lost my train of thoughts going on with that. I do want to say hello to Sevrizon, who is here. And they said they just started playing LOTRO because of my videos. Well, I'm glad that you have started playing LOTRO, and I hope you enjoy the game. There really was something else to that whole story, but I just wanted to share why I was later than intended today. Oh yeah, so I put a poll up as well. So this morning I did not know what I was going to be streaming. I thought it might be possible my kin might schedule an event. So then they eventually did schedule an event. We'll be doing the Osgiliath instances as put in the title of the stream, but I had a post on my channel, and it was a poll for what I would actually do with this stream, and I had that in the description, in the chat. I had it on the actual post I said for the next stream, which is today. So that is actually not going to happen when I put in the poll. The winner of that so far is Lothorian. But basically, I will save that for my next stream, which I'm hoping to be tomorrow. And it looks like I need one more Slade Stalker, which is down there. This is a weird mission. I, again, have never done this one, which is odd. Because I have done so many missions on so many different characters, I just assumed I did all 80 missions by this point, but this one I have absolutely never done. But yeah, that is basically what's going on, and I just ate dinner real quick after all the meetings. I have never done, I guess I never actually played on this character. I wonder if I've done any of these missions before. Breaking Bekar Zarok. Defeat Osgiliath. I have done a mission like this, so it's possible I have done this exact one. I just know the previous one is very recognizably one that I have not done before. So I just have to find these steps and then kill this boss NPC signature thing. And that is it for this mission, I believe. So yeah, with the poll, I think I put either Warden missions, which got the fewest votes by far. I thought about doing all these missions that I had saved up as like a possibility for what I could do today. I had Warden questing in Eastern Gondor, or just in Gondor in general, continuing Gondor on my Warden, which is ultimately what this stream is going to be, partially with the Osgiliath instances. Got this mission done. And then the other option was Lothlorien questing on my Lore Master, and that's the one that had, at least when I started this, had the most votes. I can actually go back to my channel and see the progress on that. But I also wanted to share what is going on because of that poll for anybody that did participate in that, which thank you to everybody that did, and voting what they wanted to see with the stream today. But again, that will not be going till tomorrow. It's actually, so at first the missions were 3% of the votes, so it looks like that's doing a little bit better at now 12% of the votes, so not as bad. Into the Trouble in the Den of Worms. So just to share when we're doing the Osgiliath instances, that will be in, if I can find my chat tab, that will be in 14 minutes roughly at 8 p.m. my time, so like 9 p.m. server time, Eastern time. This mission I have done before. I've actually done this mission 2 or 3 times, I think. So Luis, you said you tried missions at level 39 and it's really good XP, or is it just because you're low level? I think it might be a mix of both. XP gains from missions do drop down a little bit at higher levels, I've noticed, but they still give pretty decent XP overall, I think. Which unfortunately this character is getting no XP because it is level capped for this server. Okay, let's go ahead and get some quest items. But yeah, I have done basically nothing with this character in preparing for the stream, actually. I didn't even have a chance to like log in or do anything. So there's all that normal prep stuff with getting like the subscriber town services, which I usually like to go ahead and get done before the stream starts. All sorts of things like that that we could run into. I see my inventories actually not too messy, I will say, for this character. I probably want to save these shattered hatchets for task turn-ins. Wow, Luis, you got a level from 3 missions. That is actually very fast to me. I don't know if you've had, if it was this past weekend, it could potentially have been during the double XP if you are even a VIP subscriber, but this past weekend there was the 100% XP boost for subscribers. Doing this stream is of course fun, and even with all that's been going on before this stream, I'm happy I'm doing it. But I'm going to be honest, if I did not schedule the stream this morning, it's probably something I would have decided to skip, and I am happy that I have not. So KN Riggs, you said you just downloaded LOTRO after trying it 67 years ago, which was quite a while ago. And you're wondering if VIP or expansion is better use of your money. Well, I do pay for VIP, and I find it to be worth it. I don't know as a new player or even returning player if the expansions would be better. Maybe somebody else can comment on that. But I personally do find VIP to be quite good, especially if you want quest to do the quest packs and all that sort of stuff. If you're in the level ranges like 50 to 95 with the majority of the expansions, then perhaps those could be a better use of your money, but there are also a lot of nice things that come with VIP that I enjoy with that you could find helpful. And Double Z, looks like a few people are either starting LOTRO or returning. You said you're creating your first character since 2011, which is also a long time ago, even a longer time ago. That is like 10 years ago. Wow. I can't even believe 2011 is that long ago, but setting that aside. Also with us, yeah, Savrizon, you said you started a human champion, and I do think that is a good class/race combination for a new player. Champion's a fairly basic overall melee class, not necessarily basic in a negative way, but I think easy to get the general hang of, while they do have their complexities and things you can choose to do to optimize your gameplay and performance. The baseline of the class is fairly easy to start. And yeah, VIP till 50, then I think that's also a good strategy. One thing I recommend is if you do want to spend money on the game, at least get 1 month of VIP, or the 3-month VIP is pretty cost efficient. If you get the 1 month, that's $15 for 1 month, but it's $30 for 3 months, which is like $5 less per month. This mission is slow for me. This is like a Wildwood mission link, clicking 20 things. So Brandon, I used to feel the same way. Champion used to be my least favorite class, but there's going to be an upcoming video where I talk about that. Not specifically with the champion, but that's all the spoilers you all get right now. I have to, so one of the good things today is because I had not too much to do, I was able to work on a video that could come. Let's see, what's today? Wednesday? Could have a video Friday, I'm not sure on that. But I have recently actually made some progress on videos in some of my free time the past 2 days. I know it's been a while since I have streamed, and I had a video, I think, on the Hunter yesterday, I believe. Which, by the way, that Hunter video, I kind of forgot about it. That was a very new format to me. It sounds like people enjoyed that, though. Okay, so we are at 7:52. We still have quite a few minutes until we get to the group content. Also, I wonder how I unpin a deleted message. It does not look like I can. I don't know for you all if you just see a pinned message that says message retracted, but I cannot delete that, unfortunately. I think Into the Crystal Tunnels is a new one I have. Yep, have not done that. I guess all the ones today I have somehow not done on this character. Oh wow, Double Z, you started playing LOTRO. I have not done this mission ever. Actually, I might have. I take that back. At first I didn't recognize this Crystal Tunnels place. I'm guessing it is somewhere in the Arid Mithrin that I did not get to, but I don't know for sure. Could be Wells of Langflood. I doubt it's Elderslade, but there's a chance, I suppose. Oh yeah, I have my Hobbit gifts to open. This is a very neat cave, as far as like the colors and crystals, of course, go. There's that goblin. I'm trying to think my future schedule, and I feel like I cannot think right now. My mind is completely set on killing goblins here, and I guess mining some pure barrels. Oh. Here's one. Actually, that one's way off. Way off. There we go. Actually, I don't even know how I targeted that one first. Alright, just need one more, and then we can leave. I don't know, I might have already done 3 missions. I think the second one was pretty quick. And I don't even remember the first one, that was so long ago. It wasn't even that long ago. I cannot remember the first mission. Oh, that was the wargs, that is right. Okay. So we did the wargs, then the boss, and then the long one, and then this one was kind of medium length for War of Three Peaks missions. But we got the daily done. I think that will actually complete the weekly for me, which means I do also need to actually clean my inventory. There's unfortunately no convenient vendor for me to turn in the weekly, but it doesn't matter if I turn in the weekly right now. I guess I could see if it'll let me turn it in, and it won't. Could probably destroy gear. I don't need that anymore. There we go. Okay, so mission. See if I have any more from this NPC that I have not done. Actually, I have trouble in the armory ready for turn in. There is a Beorning. Beorning of the Wildwood. I thought, so that title of the Wildwood, I guess it's your class. I thought it was Hunter of the Wildwood because I went through Wildwood on my Hunter, of course. But I guess it's your class of the Wildwood. I feel like Hunter of the Wildwood is very thematic for Wildwood specifically, though I know it was... Oh, Den of Worms. That should have been obvious. I know Wildwood, being a wild place with a lot of beasts and that type of stuff, is of course a thematic zone for a hunter. Fits the class fantasy, I guess. So it seemed like Hunter of Wildwood could be a title for any class, but I can see why it is not. I just need to defeat 10 worms, but just for fun, I want to defeat more. This would be nice on a leveling character. You get a lot of XP, surprisingly, from the mob kills and missions. And after doing that Hunter leveling guide, I feel the need to do a Warden one. It's been a long time since I've made any Warden guide videos. I almost feel like one reason is because the effort that I have to put into a Warden one. I hate to say this, but the effort I'd have to put into a Warden one, it would probably drain me a lot more compared to other classes, but yeah, hopefully we could actually have a Warden guide, like my trait builds and all that sort of stuff coming at some point. Okay, that was the Den of Worms. And this one has 3 missions. I know I've done the Emissary at the Goblin Gate. That name is way too familiar for me to have not done it. But we just need to defeat Blugosh. Bluefosh? Probably Blugosh, if I had to guess. If I remember right, that little accent mark over the U makes it an oo sound. That's why I think, I don't know if anybody knows could correct me on this, but what I usually call Uden might be like a dune, as far as the way you pronounce that zone. Again, I'm not 100% sure on either of those, but that was an impression I had based on the accent mark on the U, but I do not know. Wow, it looks... For some reason it looked kind of bright, like daytime out. I don't know if it's just I wasn't paying attention, then I turned back and I was like, oh, it's actually dark. This missions, it's not really a long mission, of course, but it almost feels long just because of all that running. Okay, I don't need the Gobalaka war marks. That does give a little bit of silver, might as well go ahead and loot it. And just as an update on the status of things, give me 150 silver. I don't know if it was worth the effort of looting the chest, but it's already done. Gobblelucka war marks. It probably took me to that because I am totally capped on those. But my character gold, 436 gold, 900 something silver. The 140 silver, after looting quite a few of those, I guess it would add up a little bit, contribute a little bit. Okay, try to squeeze in one more mission. The Targrim Alliance. This is probably one that's going to be good to get done and over with. Usually Targrim, they were quite annoying mobs, if I do say so. At least this is in the Mist Hollow. I don't see why they would be less annoying here, but in Northern Mirkwood, these were particularly annoying mobs, especially for a character that mostly skipped Mordor, so had some iffy gear at best, is what I would call it. Also, I should probably I've been doing a little bit more polls on my channel. I don't know how people find those. If it just comes up somewhere on YouTube, or if people go to like my community tab on my channel and see those, but anyway, I'm probably, oh, this is just defeat 10 Targrim, that's not too bad. Especially with the Warden, they can do all their stuff against me, but I'll just use one gambit, should be set on killing them with that. Except here are some Gundabad enemies that I do not need. But with the poll, there's something coming up, something that I lost track of again. Oh yeah, so there will be another Severland stream. In the past couple streams, I basically made LOTRO News roundup videos after those. Now, the one that is coming up, I don't know if there will be exciting news. If there is some really exciting news, I, of course, will make a video. But I don't know if people would find it helpful or useful for me to have basically a roundup video basically from what Severland talks about. It's, of course, one use I can definitely see from it is it would be my news roundup videos. One, you all would get my opinion on that, if people do enjoy that in the first place, and second, you would get something else. And I feel like, I don't know if it's just the way I am sitting, leaning back in my chair, but I feel like I'm very low. I also feel like my hair is all poofy, but maybe that's just the tiny preview screen I have of my face cam. But yeah, I feel like I'm way out of, like, way smaller than usual. I think I'm sitting about in the same position. If you'll hear a bunch of background noise, that is the cats chasing each other. Unfortunately, I do not have a cat cam, unless they stand up here on the desk in front of my keyboard. So, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the turn-in of the Targrim. Alright, maybe I do have time for one more mission. Halting the Dour Hands. This one sounds like a mission I've done plenty. I think I have done this one, Carts and Tools. It's been a while though. Might have only done this one like once or something. But there are at least two other missions here. One is collapsing the tunnels and one is just simply killing Dour Hands. This one we have to, it's like a Wildwood mission actually. Click 20 things in the Glimmer Deep. And when I call it like a Wildwood mission, I don't necessarily mean that as a bad thing. But it is. So with the chat, you all might have seen that I just clicked out of the game and refreshed it because I thought I was getting a little bit quiet. So sorry I missed a lot of messages. Wow, actually, so there's some earlier ones that weren't showing for me, but there are a lot of new ones, so it probably feels like I've been ignoring chat, and I am sorry about that, YouTube. I really don't know why that randomly happened. I just thought it was quiet, so I thought I'd refresh. Sometimes it is quiet in the stream, so it's just not that frequently anymore. But, oh, Brandon, you are going through Minas Tirith to unlock the dailies. And Crashfest, LOTRO has been crashing a lot more in general for me, usually at the character select screen or something like that. Usually not in-game. Actually, South Bree has been crashing me more than Minas Tirith, which is odd. This mission is kind of long. I maybe shouldn't have started. It looks like they're getting started with the group content. Usually people are running late, it seems like, so this time I will be the running late contributor. But hello to Andrew as well. So that tunnel goes through the armory at the top of Scarhold. I wonder, that might have been something I did then. I'm guessing you're talking about the Crystal Tunnel, which was probably quite a long time ago. Again, sorry, it could have been another tunnel, I don't remember. But again, sorry about missing the chat. YouTube in general, outside of just the stream chat going all bugged on me there, YouTube in general has been weird lately. There's sometimes I'll have like a video, say like 3 comments or 4 comments. We'll just go with 3 comments. And then I can only see 2 comments. I've actually had people say their comments aren't showing up. And also for my live streams at least, the likes are not actually showing the number of likes. And in that, and if I go into my advanced analytics on YouTube, it'll show the actual number of likes, which is more like whatever my normal amount of likes on a stream is, which is usually 30 something. But yeah, there are a couple that show around 10 likes. But yeah, do know that your all's likes, if it doesn't seem like it's counting, they are counting, and I of course do appreciate that. But yeah, that's just the weird stuff that seems to be going on with YouTube at the moment. And then to get to the next message that I missed, Nate, you said you're about to start a new alt after getting to 115 with your main. You maxed out Metalsmith Guild and felt like crafting wasn't helping you at endgame. So keeping the crafting guild is probably worth it. If you're interested in crafting, I should take that back. I don't know exactly what the crafting guild makes you besides crafted relics, and that seems to be kind of inconsistent. One update they might make crafted relics, another update they might not. And I'm going to be honest that I don't really find guild crafting all that fun after like level 50, after the master tier. I don't know, the guild crafting system isn't my favorite thing, isn't my favorite part of crafting in LOTRO, so it's usually something I'm not all that familiar with, unfortunately, to answer on that. But I think I'm going to go ahead and join my kin in Discord. I think most people know how that works. I'll be on push to talk, you all will still hear the in-game audio in the background, all that good stuff. Okay, so making sure I'm on push to talk after that one issue. That works for me. And yeah, that's another thing, Brandon. Guild rep does take a long time to grind out. I usually, for the guild crafting, I usually use the reputation accelerators from the skirmish camp to help with that. Two more mining tools and we can get out of this mission. It sounds like they haven't, somebody else is actually in a Wildwood mission, it sounds like, so I'm not delaying things all that bad, which is good. Oh, it looks like that is a mining cart. I need mining tools. There's some mining tools, and hopefully there's one more set of mining tools, one more barrel up here, and there is. Okay, so as far as my shattered hatchets go, I need to turn those in for a task. I don't remember where. I actually should look at my reputation and see where in Gondor I want to turn in a task, but I think, well, I guess I should leave this mission to turn it in before I go anywhere. I'm going to try to go at the very least to Bree and get my subscriber town services before I start the instance. And I think we will be doing Dome of Stars as a four-man group. Again, we still actually have another person in a mission. What was that one? Halting the something. That was a long mission. We got some of the longer missions today, and it looks like I got a new one available, one of the reputation ones. I believe that would not be Loyalty of the Frostbound, would not be in this. But I'm at 62 out of 80. That means there are 3-day options, at the very least, that I have not done for this character. I'm really surprised all 8 of the ones available today. I must have just never logged in on this character when these days were available. But I got the weekly turned in. That means we're good to head to, I believe, Bree. We can go to the recruiter here. Somebody's getting tons of stuff. But get the subscriber town services. And Luis, I will be, if you mean DD this one, as in damage dealer, that is what I will be doing.
How can I be of service?
Okay, and then my next task is to, do the Shattered Hatchet, see which reputation I want to turn those in for. Oh, there's Jimmy.
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something? Greetings, friend.
Okay, now I can go to the vendor and sell everything. It's a process, but got my inventory slightly cleaned on this character. Not all that much clean, but a little bit. Identify all these. Reforge. Loot all that, and now I need to go exactly back to those panels that I just closed. What was I doing? Forge, identify. I reforged everything, and now I want to sell my junk here again. Oh, you can stack those, boost the duration. That's what I guess it's from, at least. So Osgiliath, back in the old day, I would just be a move on level type person. Especially when I was newer to MMOs and new to LOTRO, for example, I would be so excited to just get to the next area. I would be not necessarily tired of or dislike the area I'm in, whatever zone I'm in, but I was the type of player that I wanted to go to the next area. I wanted to explore all these places, quest in all these places, do the next latest content as if it would, which it is actually most efficient for XP, just leveling your character to do the higher level stuff and move on. But nowadays I am more so a type of player that likes to do all quests in a zone before moving on. That's why I like to start stuff way under leveled so I don't way out level it. But I still like to gain XP. I don't like to use the tortoise stone, even though it probably seems like I might be somebody that'd be like that type of player. But yeah, I think now like to do more full zone playthroughs rather than just move on and level nowadays, which was different from what we were doing this past weekend because of the XP boost that was going on. I was just like moving on, trying to level. Wonder what deeds. Oh, I got reputation. Well, finally getting the reputation with the Galbalaka. I wonder, I think I would need Faberall to barter for the weapons. That's what I'm interested in from the War of Three Peaks. But I did want to look at my reputation, actually. It'd be easier to look at it in this. But for the Gondor Reputations, well, a lot of good reputation complete on this character. Men of Lebanon, Rangers of Ithilien, maybe Rangers of Ithilien, or Defenders of Minas Tirith. Actually, Defenders of Minas Tirith. I want to go ahead and get that knocked out with the reputation. So we will muster in Minas Tirith and do that. Now, an update, well, it's not an update, but when this server, when the legendary servers go to level 105 next week, I believe. Wow, that already is coming next week. That's crazy. But yeah, next week, which I'm guessing will be the 20th. Well, I'm guessing update 29.5 rather, will be the 20th. And we'll have the story tales or whatever they're calling it now. I honestly keep forgetting since they changed the name of it, but it's the story-based mission content and starting around Bilbo Baggins. I'm guessing that update will be Tuesday. And we finally had a cat actually join us. And she loves, I'm trying to pat her on this side so she doesn't bump into the microphone, but she lately has really liked knocking into the microphone and causing all sorts of, don't feel like this is the right term, but explosions. Since I will forget, I want to turn in some tasks real quick. Oh no, no shattered hatchets for this one. Yeah, next week. I'm guessing it will be the 20th because the anniversary starts the 21st and they usually do updates one day before.
Ships of Umbar sail upriver to the White City. Meanwhile, atop the Dome of Stars, the Black Blade of Lebanon casts a dark shadow over Osgiliath.
So this is Dome of Stars. I don't know if everybody in the group has run this. I honestly don't remember. Well, the one person, I don't mean to single out the person in my group that hasn't run this, but the captain, I've talked about sometimes, is relatively, well, I guess still new to group content. Not really as new to LOTRO. As far as I know, I honestly don't know as much of that, but they're new to group content with mainly this kinship and more recent updates. So there's like a lot of stuff that they haven't seen before, which is exciting. I feel like the Osgiliath instances, I think they're pretty fun overall. But they made the comment that this is like an intimidating start. You have these two huge trolls with these giant clubs just ready to whack you all. There's an Auroch pet. I need to get my, oh, there's my Ilmond Hound out. I like it's going to be so hard on this character if I get a different pet to actually use it. Just because the Ilmond Hound has been with me throughout all of Gondor. Let me check my volume. Okay. Oh, we are going. I don't even know what spec I'm playing, but I always play the yellow line anyway, so I don't know why it matters. So Andre, I am your last hope. Oh no. Looks like the captain is in blue line, which is probably good with our group. You can see that is something that is easily identifiable if y'all can even see top left here. The standard of honor, just the blue icon on that buff. So Andre, you are being kicked out of the game from time to time. Your character stops in place. You can turn around, see chat moving after a couple minutes as his connection lost and kicks you. That's probably because you are disconnecting. That does happen to me every once in a while, not all too frequently. I have never seen that troll run around. Do you know why that troll's running all crazy around? Okay, yeah, it seemed like some odd pathing issue. I don't know why I clicked anything in the fellowship maneuver. That is not worth the time. But Andre, yeah, I'm honestly not too sure, besides maybe you're disconnecting briefly. I don't know if your internet connection, you could check if your entire internet connection drops. It could also be something with the server. Sometimes I'll just randomly have issues with just LOTRO, usually not that frequently. I have had something like that occasionally, and sometimes it will actually just reconnect. Actually, usually if I ever have that issue, it reconnects. Must face the target. There we go, now we're fighting. Took a while, but my character finally did want to join the fight. I don't know why, but it always takes me a minute to get back to used to playing something. After I spent a couple days, I don't even think I logged in LOTRO. I meant to check. I will admit that I missed a day of the missions that could have possibly for this character had missions that I had not done. I kind of forgot about it, but Monday I never got a chance to even log in for a couple minutes just to check the missions. Alright, let's get this. It'd actually almost be convenient if I could have backread that guy, but it is all fine, so never mind on that. Oh, so Andre, you can even play for more than 30 minutes straight. That is kind of rough. Unfortunately, I don't really have much to help you. So in this fight, we are running tier 1. I think the last time I streamed this, we were running tier 2, but we are running tier 1 right now, which should be relatively easy, but we'll get these ads and have to deal with them. I say that as I am meleeing, or as I'm meleeing, as I'm single targeting the boss, but basically let the AoEs, especially on tier 1, I feel like they can just cleave the ads and that'll be that. Remove poison, still need to be a little bit careful on tier 1, can't just go around completely recklessly. Stand in the captain banner area, get healed up. Okay, I have Seize the Moment or whatever that's called. It is called Seize the Moment, by the way. I'm still in the captain area. I'm barely in it, as far as my character goes. We're getting, I think this hunter in the group does some pretty good damage as well. I know, that fight seemed way too short. Like, I'm supposed to get smushed at least once by the elephant. I wonder what gear I have on. I know on this character I've been switching my gear around a lot. It looks like I have... You know what? I actually think, if I remember correctly, I do have my DPS gear. I forgot I got my gear all settled one of these streams, and I actually did want Vitality on a piece of armor. Yeah, my stats are actually pretty decent on this Warden now that we're getting an update next week. Oh, there we go. We were on Master Looter, so I guess... he just gave us each of us a random piece of those Hell Eye boosts, that type of stuff. Oh, we're going so yeah, this instance, for anybody that doesn't know, we're running, first of all, Dome of Stars, the 6-man Osgiliath instance right now, and you can skip after the first boss a lot of these little fights here. Yeah, they reward good, I guess, navigation through this. But yeah, you can... Oh. Okay, and then I think I can actually turn floating names. It's easier to see things. They don't show up on the mini-map, oddly enough. I guess in instances in general they don't or something, but... Yeah, you keep going around here, turn floating names on, and then, yeah, we go to the left. Oh no, looks like that is not the way. We have to fight this group. Looks like a black arrow, an archer, and a warrior. Wow. These things are dying so quick. I really am so used to running tier 2, it even seems like in the tier 2 3-mans that things die slower. I guess if they're all elites, they're elites whether they're a 3-man or 6-man, but... And tier 1, after running tier 2 so much, is like... Oops. That was my bad. Looks like they were able to recover from that, but I totally messed that up. Wow. I guess it's fitting. Ooh. I always like the dwarf res. The dwarf is trying to res me. Maybe they'll res me. So dwarves, as I hope many people know, do not actually have a res. But it is that guardian's trick. Oh, there we go. Yeah, for some reason it wasn't showing up until then. But thank you for the res, Jimmy. Oh, my cat is like, she's stretched right in front of my keyboard, where I can hardly even put my left hand. Alright, so this time I have, I'm actually supposed to pull them. I'm honestly thinking about, I don't know if it is possible, but for my desk, I am thinking about getting something to raise the legs of the desk a little bit. It wouldn't be bad for my positioning. The desk could be a little bit higher. My chair should be as low as it can get. Yeah, it's as low as it can get. But that way my cat could more comfortably sit on my lap without being squished up against the table. The problem is, everything is like even, it's kind of a standard seeming height, at least roughly 30 inches. So that could throw some things off, is all. I think we're skipping past that group. I could, of course, use my Warden stealth. I might try to just, whoa, better not pull things. But I might try to put my cat on my lap. And that is not working. Okay, we might, since we haven't done tier 1 in a while, and this is tier 1, it's pretty easy. But as I mentioned, the captain, I think it's their first time in here, so we will get the side boss, and to get the side boss, you have to kill all these sorcerers that you usually don't have to kill. Oh no, they have a reflect. Wow. Yeah, Andre, I wish I could help you even more, but... unfortunately, don't have the answers. And so these guys have a reflect, but they die so fast that they couldn't even kill me with a reflect. I wonder what type of damage they reflect, because I noticed the Hunter's morale didn't go down, the Guardian's did. He must be playing in the yellow line, I'm guessing, for tier 1. That was actually scary. There we go. They did get me down that time. Yeah, all that light damage reflected. 12,656 light damage. And that is what killed me. But it's better to die and still have those dots on the enemy so they die a little bit faster. It looks like I got combat res from the captain. Thanks. Just so I could help them with this fight and you're being very generous with those reses today. So we need 2 more. Each of the 4 corners of kind of this little campsite, I guess, if you can call it that in Osgiliath. Missing or incorrect weapon. I had a disarm, but it wasn't a removable disarm. So this time from the damage, I did not get reflected. I just took that much damage from something. Actually, self-heal a little bit here. I was thinking a LOTRO pet bird for a minute. I wonder if it's these sorcerers that put a reflect buff up. I think there might be a sorcerer here. Oh no, I just pulled an extra group by going in melee range. Oh well. It doesn't matter too much to me. So if it works better for other people, I'm fine changing to this time. So it sounds like we might switch to, for people that don't know with my kin events, they're usually 8 p.m. server time on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, but the kin leader is having to change some things around, which is kind of working more conveniently for like me, for example, actually with some of them. Wow, 348 health. But what was I going on with that? Oh yeah, so for Wednesday we're considering actually changing it to this time. Of course today, I didn't even expect for it to even be an issue that I might be late, but it almost was. So Django Fett, you're a level 56 lore master. Ooh, I was about to play a lore master. And I think, I'm going to be honest, I think lore master gets fun starting in the level 20s mainly. So I'm not really sure if I can tell you it gets more fun necessarily after 56. If you don't like lore master by that point, it might be tough for you to like it in general. Oh, yeah, somewhere up here, I think. I think we're trying to find that boss, and if I remember correctly, he is right in here. Yeah, right up here. Oh, you found friends. Okay, the number one rule with this fight is actually making sure you can get in the square. So Django, for you, it's really just sicking your pets on people and waiting for long moves to activate, and you hate being so weak. So First, I do have a question for you. Are you playing in the red line? Because then your lore master itself will be stronger and a little bit less focused on the pet. Oh, I guess they're actually way up here. Yeah, I think we move on, at least temporarily, while they become immune with the crows. But yeah, with the lore master, it's going to be waiting for longer moves to activate and that sort of stuff. It's an induction based class as far as the damage dealing goes. Yeah, Lightning Storm definitely is going to be one of your best moves. Ring of Fire is also pretty good. Ring of Fire and Sticky Gourd both have 30-second cooldowns, so you can't use them all that frequently, but they're two strong skills that are good to use pretty frequently. In single target, you can use Nature's Fury every once in a while, which will pretty quickly kill things. So this is a little bit odd, but I'm actually wanting to hit everything with Range Resounding Challenge since it's such a strong skill. Looks like somebody got a Fellowship maneuver from that one. That guy might... Oh, he has the immune buff, okay. I was like, he might have a Reflect buff, but that was the immune. Wow, this one's already almost dead with all those bleeds. I honestly don't remember getting ads in this fight, but right after I say that, I'm actually a little bit more familiar with that. Oh, so Pelargir as a level 56 lore master. So Pelargir is a little bit, that's an epic battle, so that scales, of course, from like level 10 or something crazy to the level cap. But if you're running Pelargir at that low, the problem isn't necessarily the lore master, it might more so be that you're that low level. Any class at that level... Oh, they have to Reflect. That is not good for me. I'm just wondering when you got this powerful. I might. There's going to be a video coming out, and with the Guardian doing the self-res thing. In Django, I am playing the Warden. It is my favorite class. And it is very fun. There's that grin again. Oscar, if you're talking about me grinning, I would have to actually play back. I wonder if it's when I talked about Warden or something else. My nose is itchy right now, but I think that's partially from cat fur getting on it. Wow, look how much he's going down now that we are just fighting the boss. I see the ads have reflex, so I'm going to fully single target. Might get myself killed with the reflection here, which would not be ideal. That did happen. Oh, about the upcoming video? That was more so with the joke with the Guardian. So you all of course can't hear the Discord chat, but the Guardian keeps saying they're using their dwarf res and did like a dwarf self res, so it was more about that. But the upcoming video, I do plan to have it as a I'll have to see how it turns out after editing, but I do plan to have that as a premiere where y'all can chat with me during it. So eventually I will have more information when I actually know when it will come. But it's about the classes of LOTRO. Not really a guide, but maybe a little bit. Django, my pet eagle to instantly revive me is in Lothlorien, unfortunately. Yep. Hey, Ivan. So, Ivan, you said, hey, lousy, how things going, and what going on today in LOTRO? Well, first, things are not lousy, fortunately, but that is unfortunately a common not necessarily typo, but even autocorrect, I think. I've heard sometimes changes that. But things are going pretty well. We had a late start today because of late meetings, basically. And in LOTRO, turns out we are running Osgiliath instances and doing maybe some Gondor stuff on my Warden. I don't know how long this stream will be because of how late it started, but we'll be probably going to the usual time in the evening, which can be anywhere from like 9 something to like 11 something. So basically up to 3 hours more. We'll see how things go though. And yes, Ivan, that is no problem about the name. So Django, you are getting error 0x8000 4005 when you try to connect. I do not know what that. But one, are you actually launching the game? If it's an issue in the launcher, what I could recommend is if you stay logged in 8 hours, if you have that checked, make sure you log out at least in the launcher. You can keep the setting checked, but log out in the launcher. That is one troubleshooting step that I can recommend. And Oscar, you're wondering if I had a game where my favorite class was nerfed and it turned you off playing the game anymore? I don't know if I've ever cared about performance that much. No, we're trying to avoid the blackguard constraints. We're doing our stealth run through this. So that pinned message, I accidentally deleted it instead of unpinned it. That was the message I put out about the stream, and I cannot unpin it here. I'm actually going to do something. You get a pinned message, Ivan. And then I should be able to unpin that message. I might have to refresh the stream. I might have broke everything, so hopefully not. Okay, the good news is I get to just stand here as far as the content goes. And then I can unpin your message. Wow. Thank you for just typing pin to make me think about that. So it should be unpinned. If somebody has a pin-worthy message, I will pin it. But yeah, I'm trying to think of a game where my favorite thing was nerfed. Not even necessarily an MMORPG, but anything I've played where something was nerfed that it turned me off to the game for a little bit. I could almost see that happening with LOTRO. It's just there are some other classes and other characters I could definitely play other than my Warden, such as my Runekeeper. If the red line on the Runekeeper was buffed, I would probably consider playing that class more. I have no idea what games I'm using. Alright, Ivan, I actually forgot about what I said. And yes, that is pinnable. There you go. You do get to have a pin message, thank you. I think we are looking for a door warden. Okay, I think the Guardian pulled him. I think he was downstairs and should be coming to these steps. I guess I'll see if they're fighting or see if I run into it first. Where was it again? Was it up? Oh, I was like, I've been waiting down here. Oh, it's up. Yes. Maybe there's another staircase. I wonder if that corruption probably needs to be removed. Yeah. Oh, okay, we had a couple people die. Okay, I have to slow this guy and use a potion. I don't think he got slowed. Yeah. Without clicking enemies, you can press tab, Django. That's why these are called tab targeting MMOs, the older ones. Sometimes they're called that at least, but that is actually why, because you target enemies with tab. That's how I usually target them, but sometimes I will click individual ones. But yeah, especially in combat, I tab around a lot, and Tam Warden is pretty fun. It takes a bit to get used to, especially with the game it's in, and I think at level, I don't remember if it's 20 or 21, you're thrown into a whole new whirlwind when you get the battle masteries. The ghosts do a lot of damage. Oh good, we got the Captain Healing Circle. Hey, so Boofy. Ivan, my kin, is accepting new members, but not accepting. The accepting that starts with the A and not the E. If you would, first of all, if you are actually on your Bjorning, you could theoretically, I don't know if theoretically is the right word. I'd have to think about that. I feel like that is a word. I don't know if it is commonly misused, but something I feel like is easy to misuse. Rather than like hypothetically. But that is something I would have to think about and look at those word definitions. But anyway, you could join the kin and potentially even join this run if you wanted, probably. Because if you are a kin member, this is a kin run. We thought about running tier 2 and pugging. Uh-oh, they all ran to me. Just gotta stay far away and kill the little spirit ghost. This one's not good. I think I accidentally pulled the extra ones that were nearby that were aggroed yet. Wow, we got a lot of those there. So Subwoofy, we're doing an Osgiliath instance, which is a... Well, we're running it at level 100. Technically the instance scales from 50 to 100, but it's really a level 100 instance that you can, for some reason, scale below. Not necessarily a bad reason, I almost feel like that had a tone that implied that it was bad that it scales down to level 50, but it is a level 100 instance. And it's a 6-man instance. We're running it with 4 people, but we're running it on tier 1, which is a fairly easy difficulty overall. It's just these particular mobs can be pretty tough, especially if you get multiple of them on you. And these little ghost spirit thingies, they have this aura effect that does quite a bit of damage, quite a bit of shadow damage in particular. Oh, that was bad to run through that mob. But these things, they just kill you. And we have a healer, but it's a blue line captain, which isn't the best healer. And Brendan, you said the mastery's unlocked at level 21, and that's what I thought it was. So you have one more level. Whoever mentioned their warden was level 20. You have one more level before you're thrown into that whirlwind of the Gambit masteries. And yes, Ivan, anyway, you could join this kin if you want. I am actually an officer, so I could send you a kin invite if you are on right now even. Well, the only 3 people on this kinship are in the group. Snorblom there, the hunter, they're on the kinship on an alt, but I think it's like a family or personal kin that they are on that character. Whoa. Yes, but then it snowed. Yeah, yep. You know, I was wondering the exact same thing and I couldn't think of anything. But yeah, it got warm, but now we're back in a cold period with snow. Oh no, I messed everything up with OBS. Did somebody actually become a member, or... Oh no, somebody subscribed, okay. I know Ivan put up that message. Oh, I got everything messed up on my side screen there, but fortunately we are stuck in our waiting position. Jango Fett, to go back to your message, I was trying to catch up. There were a lot of chat messages while I was talking about stuff and going through this content. You said technically, when I was thinking about hypothetically versus theoretically, and then technically, maybe, technically could be a good term for that, but about somebody joining the kinship, say in the middle of this run, and then them being able to join the actual run. Okay, do not hit. I am not allowed to touch things until they get where I can see them from here. Or something. Actually, this could be a good place to go anyway. If he just pulls that thing around the corner there. Remove the corruption, that is number 1. Okay, the Guardian, apparently the interrupt was resisted. There, I wonder if the heal is actually worth using. Though that heal is so weak, probably not. I'm just staying far away to be extra safe. Yeah, so, okay, I have talked about the upcoming video too much, but I will have another tier list video coming up, and Django, to go with your message, there might be some agreement there. So Shiniro, you said you're never going to join a kin. Last time you joined a guild was in Elder Scrolls Online and you got booted, and for a good reason. But that's, oh, because you didn't log in for like 4 months. Yeah, there was something we had early on, I think, about wanting to, this is when you have issues with the fellowship members, showing their dots right here instead of actually on the mini-map. They're even showing when I have the map open. Which, by the way, this map looks, oh, if I can scoot back in my chair, this map looks kind of familiar. Anyway. Let's See, I feel like I'm way off position. I probably shouldn't have done that. So on tier 1, this fight should be relatively easy, but yeah, so yeah, Ivan, there were apparently some issues with the last tier list. The number 1 is, I feel like there's a disconnect between what I think a tier list can be and what people expect when they see tier list in the name of the title of the video. It's more of a tier list of my favorite classes, like the enjoyability of them. The previous video I did, but I think a lot of people that like search tier lists or just find it in their recommendations or see that title think it is a viability tier list rather than a favorites tier list. Now, I think tier lists can apply to like your favorites, but that does not seem to be the expectation of people, especially with a subject matter like that. There are different things I definitely think that you could make tier lists and just call it a tier list and people know that's just like what you think. A very subjective thing and not really an objective thing. But that is going to be a part of the tier list I'm doing. I'm actually going to be 2 videos. One is the best, and the second is just my opinion, what I think about the classes, how fun I find them, their mechanics, or whatever. So I'm going to have 2 tier lists, which is exciting. The first one I do have recorded. I have to edit it. But ideally, depending on my upcoming schedule, we can have that. What do I have going on tomorrow? See, I don't know my schedule for the rest of this week and what I need to get done. It probably, we have the ghost. Okay, we can't kill the ghost. Okay, I got the single one. Oh, it's actually on Gerald. Get that one before it goes to somebody. This boss is pretty tough on tier 2. When we tried to run this on tier 2 with our, let's see, janky kinship group, I don't think we were quite successful. I don't remember if I was streaming that or not, to be honest. I feel like I was, but for some reason I don't feel like I was as well. Okay, now we get these named guys. Got corruptions. Assuming the corruptions even need to be removed. Okay, where are we getting Goracle? Whoa, that was scary. I honestly, that looked like a dinosaur. The first thing my mind went to was that was a dinosaur. And now I want dinosaurs in Middle Earth. Okay, I'm going to use a potion. I'm also going to use a power potion to be safe. So arthritis sucks, Ivan? It sounds like it sucks. Oh, there he is. Yep, we can hit him. Oh yeah, I actually traveled back there once. Just keep on removing corruptions. Oh, everybody else is dead. I'm like, where is everybody? What is everybody doing? Alright, he's got some bleeds. Wow, those bleeds, they're doing way less damage than the numbers say they should, but that's because of mitigations, that type of stuff. He must have a lot.
You may cast all these roads, but ever shall I escape death. The fate of Minas Tirith cannot be.
Guess I could have just muted, but I want to hear the audio here. Oh no. We got him down to 59,000. But I am going to be honest, I did not play that well during that boss fight. There are some parts I feel like I did okay, but overall I did not do all that good. Oh. Yeah, distributed to a tiny dwarf. So you all can't see the chat. I will actually show this. I don't think you all can see the chat. Maybe you can. Okay. Usually I have that blurred and never turn it off on OBS, but sometimes randomly recording stuff I will because I don't want the bottom right blurred. But anyway, the distributed damage there was on the Guardian. So with one person, distributed damage are usually like one-shot type things. Tam, thank you for joining the stream. You said you had to run soon, but I hope you enjoyed what you were here for. Yeah, I went exploring here once because I noticed you could just run back here. I think I got myself killed by going too far this way once. Either that or I got stuck like on this part. Who knows? I'm going to go run circles now. You can go all the way back here. But oh! I will say, us wiping there temporarily fixed at least my mini-map and your dots showing better this time. Yeah. Okay, I honestly don't know how to get back now. This was a concern. I actually can't get back up from here, I don't think. Actually, you all should come down here. Yep. I know this is all like glitchy with the landscape and the rubble here, but I was hoping there would be a way back up. Maybe I can go through this. Oh. Hello. Oh, I can't use the boo on that. Oh no, I better get close. Let's see, I missed one of the scrolls, but that's okay. Yep. It's fine though. Here, I'll provide a hope token. I had to go around another way and walk through some rubble. Here, I'll take you on the secret path. Okay, let's try this again. LOTRO any percent by Louis 7. Let's see here. Oh, I thought I had to walk through that rubble. I kind of misremembered. I can jump in it at least. I wonder if I'm about to start the fight. I don't even know. Okay, I was worried. I feel like I'm going to start the boss if I get any closer. Oh yeah, so Ivan, that is something fun that I think a lot of people try to do in Bree, climbing on top of buildings and things like that. Sometimes I have ended up in trees. On my Runekeeper, there's one I particularly liked ending up on a tree. I should use some consumables before we actually get pulled. Where's the yellow food? There it is. What would the end goal of a LOTRO any percent be? I feel like I'm totally missing something on what an any percent is. It's actually something, now that I see it in 2 comments, it's almost coming to me that I have seen that term or phrase used before, but I don't remember what it is. Oh no, you can't. Alright. Okay, anything you want, any percent is like any goal. speedrunning. That is, so I've actually thought about like a speedrunning free-to-play or something. Ha. The Black Blade of Lebanon was not ready for this sneak attack. Oh, Snower, you're actually here with me. Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm about to... Let's see, I can't use Ranger Sounding Challenge at the moment, but I can continue single targeting him and using my heals. So we want to kill Gorathol first. And this is the Black Blade of Lebanon, so I believe it is just, somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but just a plain old Nazgul. So Gorathol, that is who we want to kill right now. Oh, our captain went down, unfortunately. Here, I'm going to slow some things. I am probably actually hurting our group more than I'm helping them right now. I really do feel like I have negatively contributed to this run, unfortunately. Oh, that distributed. Yeah, that distributed against a single high elf is also... doesn't feel good. That must be... I'm guessing you have a lot more tactical mitigation and the such. It's actually interesting to see the Guardian took about 7,000 less damage than I did from the distributed damage. But with a speedrunning thing, you all might know that I did a leveling contest between my kinship with my champion. That's something somebody set up, and they haven't done that recently. Also, I've moved my champion on past that point, but it's something I thought about just doing. Another thing I was thinking about doing that's, I don't know completely like that, but like a free-to-play type run, maybe... I don't know, like a mini-series type thing, just doing free-to-play for a little bit. It would give me some insight, I think, on how VIP varies compared to free-to-play. Ooh, I have the bug where my spear is out. That is nice. Really like that. It's a great opportunity to get some screenshots with something like Surety of Death. So what's the difference between high elf and normal elf? You mean like stat-wise? So first of all, racial traits, that's the main thing that I know would be different. The passives might be different, but I honestly do not know. I don't even remember where to look at them. Agility, actually I have agility and feint rank 1. Here, base passive. I'm guessing these are minus fate plus 20 morale. Minus 1, is that minus 1? No, 7 will. But yeah, those are pretty meaningless overall. The big thing are the racial traits. So the biggest difference, I would say, is the light type damage you can get on the high elf. That is pretty helpful with the Warden overall. I hope I have that equipped. I should have that equipped. It's something I never bother to actually check my racial traits, so it's good to remind myself what I have. I'm not using a sword, so I could probably replace that. Probably don't want that. Wrath of the Firstborn is something I could use, but it's such a long animation. If I start it like way before a fight. Let's see. 177 will. That's actually kind of decent with the amount of will that gives you. Wow. Oops, don't want to use a red die. I want to eat 7-star thingy. Oh. Fortunately, kicked my table a little bit. That's what that was about. Let's see, do I have my right armor on? I do think... I don't know, this fight isn't really a DPS race, I don't feel like. Good damage is good. But... there are some things with this fight where you do want to kill things fast. One thing that I could do, I think I kind of hurt the group, as I mentioned in the last fight, because I was focusing so much on the boss when we had the ghost that actually triggered the next phase of the fight, which we do want to kill. What was that? But yeah, with that last fight, by focusing so much on the boss and continuing to do like my full range DPS, at least not really doing much AoE DPS, that triggered the next phase of the boss, and we got the extra thing, so probably should have done that. Shiniro, you could be referring to my guardian, but I doubt it. My high elf guardian quested in the Shire, and I don't think I've taken any of my regular elves in the Shire. But yeah, this part of the fight can definitely go, and I think focusing maybe on corruption removals, that's a really big thing I have to be prepared for. I don't think I was doing a bad job of that, but it is something that I need to be prepared a little bit better for. Wow, I got that gambit in just before he feared me. Okay, now I can go back to melee. I wonder what that debuff is. Actually, just... there. Hopefully I hit one with that. So I think that fear is actually something that I triggered. I had a debuff, but I didn't have time to read it before it went off. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you can cure it, but it looked like it was an AoE effect. That like if I ran away. It's almost like an eye effect without an eye, so remove his corruptions. That is my priority right now. And I think we need to focus on killing the ads. I don't... oh, I'm target assist, that's why it won't change. Have I been target assist the whole time? Oh, wow. Oh, so there was actually a time earlier, the last time I kept trying to trigger the target assist, I'm like, it's not changing. Like, normally I don't rely on the target assist too much, but that's actually something that I noticed last time. I was like, huh. Let's do corruption removals. Oh. Well, yeah, the corruptions though, they decrease the damage he takes by so much. Oh well, we got it done that time. I think the difference of how well I played this time maybe showed through just how bad I was actually. I wasn't contributing all that well the previous attempts. Well-worn Axe of Harad. That's pretty neat looking. I already have one of those though, so I will pass on that. If I had a nice gold outfit, that could be something I wouldn't mind on a character. Oddly enough, I kind of like using axes on high elf champions. Okay, so we got through that. Okay, so we got that done out of the instance and waiting for things to load in Ministerieth. Okay, so I also have to remind myself what all I want to do. I don't know if we'll be running more. Hopefully we will. This would be a very short kin event if we are actually done, but we'll see if we run more with the kin. Otherwise, I can go ahead and get this warden started on some things, I guess. In whatever this warden. It's actually been so long since I've done Gondor stuff. I think I was going to like Lost Arnak. Oh, that is so hard for me. For some reason, I always want to call it Lost Arnak instead of Lost Arnak. And it really is, the camp is Arnak. That is easy. I don't call it an arc. But the Lost in front of it, I just want to always say Lost Arnak instead of Lost Arnak. Oh, I feel like this is a repeat of that stream. Is there...
Gondor needs your aid.
Let's see. But yeah, with this character with the regular questing, I honestly forget where exactly I left off, if we still needed to somewhere there. Not Old Anorian, but Eastern Gondor. Lost Arnak. Okay, it looks like I do have a couple quests there.
These are troublesome times indeed.
And that is going to be Arnak, which I should have a Warden port there. Warden muster. Yeah, thanks for joining. I was going to ask if we wanted to continue with anything or 3-mans though. Okay, so quests here. Let's this is a very useful tip for some people that don't know. You can right click the minimap and do track nearby quests. We will untrack these quests, and now we just have the... So the 2 quests I have in Lost Arnak, one is to help Dagor, and the quest to help Dagor, it looks like it is find Dagor's soldiers. So maybe we will run 3-mans. It sounds like some people have to check some things. I think one person, at least, the captain, is dropping out. Also, I think I missed a little bit of what Jimmy said, but I also wouldn't mind running the featured instance, but that one's super quick. So the featured instance for this week is School at the Mirdain, which is super quick to run and easy. Right, that is school. But yeah, just if you have time, of course. So Ivan, you have wondered how I've always come up with my ideas for my videos. I have so many different ideas for videos. It would be very hard for me to run out. Usually the problem is lack of time to actually do them. Yeah, you can do challenge mode though on tier 1. So Rick the Stick, you're wondering in Warden Redline, does the bleed damage increase all dots or just bleeds? So just bleeds, like Mighty Blow, I believe. So where is bleed damage? That is somewhere. So something like bleed damage here, vital points, is just the bleeds. Okay. So for the pull-out room, the challenge part, I could take all the mobs if you all want. Oh, so much lag here. Nope. I'm having so much lag. It must be I was in or I was actually in Gondor, but recently in Ministerial. Wow, that is the boss that is dying that quickly. That's how easy these tier 1s and schools here are. Okay, use a potion to be safe. All these mobs should be dying, that's why I actually requested to take these, because all that AoE is fun on the Warden. And by the way, Rick the Stick, that bleed damage doesn't, you're probably referring to the red line trait there, but it doesn't just apply, of course, to the red line, anything that's bleed damage. Haha, that was my goal. I just wanted to burn one of those. Oh, one more. One more book stand. Oh, looks like we're going to pull them anyway. I think the Guardian probably didn't see that. Yeah. No, I only got... Did we not get the challenge box? Oh, I didn't get... I only got one box instead of two. But I guess whatever with that. I thought you got two, one for doing the featured challenge and one for just doing the featured instance. Yeah, I only got one this time. So we got the featured challenge done. It said featured. We should have gotten the featured challenge, but we got the featured instance. Yeah, I guess there's. It says I completed both the featured instance and featured challenge, but only the instance one rewarded the box. Maybe that's the way it's always been. I'm mistaken on that though. So Salty's Grunt, you spent the whole day on the quest in Elder Slate and War of Three Peaks, and you for a total of 90 quests plus the epic for Durn. That is a lot of quests. War of Three Peaks, that was super fun to me. That'd be a fun day for me, at least the War of Three Peaks. Elder Slate... Oh. Yeah. Yeah, 105. I think we could run 105 and 101 would be the usual for that. Okay, so we're at Lost Sarnak. And finding Dagor soldiers. I'm not sure that we'll be running any more of the group content. But Ivan, to go back to your comment, there are some things that I don't think I finished fully talking about with that. Oh, maybe we're going in this just testing, looking at something. Doesn't look like we were running that. Okay. I think it was just testing something with the featured instances, but because you can run 2 of those on the regular servers, but of course this server is level capped at 100, and we do have the featured instances unlocked for some reason, which isn't a bad thing for us as far as rewards and fun goes. Here's one of these soldiers, I believe. Probably to find him, I have to kill the enemies attacking him, would be my guess. Yep. Apparently I'm recalling them, not just finding them. But, oops, what was that? I think we could only do Woe of the Willow with 2 of us. So I'd be fine at least running that one. It's pretty short. Yep. That's my strategy. Agaroth, the Narrow Delve. Yeah. I really wish we could do higher tiers. Even at like, I don't know, lower levels just for fun, but they have the rewards tied to the level 130 raid stuff. Yeah, it's also only like a currency that's tied to the raids. They have better gear that I would guess with their system could just drop on low levels, the skilled versions, but I don't know, at least for me, that is the thing to complain about with the instance and not other things. Okay, so we do have all 3 people running here, running this.
We've almost broken through to the fortress. We cannot allow our work to be interrupted.
Let us not give up hope so soon. This ice sounds quite thin, and I think I hear something on the other side.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm actually... Oh, I always go down that wrong path. Well, I'm actually interested as this server goes up, because they have done some things to change like the huge scaling that goes on. Like stat squish a little bit, but yeah, I'm interested to see how that will work with the server 1, like with Mordor and up to Northern Mirkwood level 120. And then 2 with level 130, the stat gain is like really crazy. So I was just going to say, so like right now, level 120 would definitely be a good time to gear up for Minas Morgul, but we'll see when we get there. Yeah, 120 to 130.
I am eager to leave this frozen pit for good.
Warned
me of the smell of a wet yard.
Yeah, the way it is right now, that would probably be a good thing. I will say I'm super excited for the update 23 content, since I never got to actually running that, the raider instances with that. No, that is going to be the one after Mordor. So
much excitement all at once. Let them observe our moment.
yeah, the
Incinerate them.
oh, what's that? It's Dragon Raid basically.
Blast. Wait. What is happening?
Yeah, Envelope on Thirsteth. By the way, I don't know which way we're going. I just kind of turn one way. Well, I thought the strategy was just to run through and kill everything, so that's what I've been doing. And Ivan, thank you for joining the stream, of course, and being a member, as always, and supporting the content, and for having the pen-worthy message. This is why I wish we had tier 2 and tier 3 for this instance, by the way, these instances, because they are very easy on tier 1, especially at this level. At lower levels, they're not quite as easy. There are some occasionally challenging moments at lower levels for tier 1 at least, but at this level and at this point, they're overall very easy. Okay, I will try to have my corruption removal ready. I think by the Will of Angmar might be the voice line for the corruption. I thought the corruption was also level thresholded. There's a corruption. Oh, that was close. Oh, I used the wrong potion. For some reason the tank don't have aggro, but that's okay. He could have potentially been playing in red line. I'm curious, were you playing in red line? No, Jimmy. Okay. I was just wondering where all the aggro was coming from. All the aggro. I guess you really do want to use your dwarf fres again. But yeah, that explains why I had aggro that fight. The Guardian was in red line. So basically, I feel like the tank, because I'm pulling everything, I'm a yellow line Warden tank. Oddly enough, I do even feel like being in yellow line as a tank actually works better than the blue line for this, again, fairly easy content. Also, I'm wearing the wrong outfit.
More than they could chew, but we are still bound by pact, so I must defend them. Come then.
Guess that's how you know we're making good speed. So this boss, when I went here on my hunter, this was the toughest one to solo. Of course, the last boss you have to trigger, you have to have 3 people to trigger that fight. Oh no, that lag totally messed up my game that's there. Oh no, that. Wow, that debuff almost killed the hunter. Oh, that could be an option for like forward targeting or something. So they were talking about something, I don't know if this is. So they have to have option enabled, I think, enable skill target forwarding. So your target's target is where the skill will be used. Oh, that's only if the original target is not valid. But yeah, I guess it was a valid target.
Hunter of the North, a Dunedain. How long have you been here? Be welcome among us, brother. We cannot say how.
Don't think I've been getting any gear in this. Oh, I did get gear. Hardened boots of the Narrow Delve. Unfortunately, those hardened boots seem more like weakened boots, so I don't plan to use those. I wonder what the cosmetic would look like. It might actually be worth saving these for the cosmetic. I don't know why I haven't been paying attention to that. I guess the Old Forest one didn't look all that good to me. The Woe of the Willow. But yeah, I really like these Wildwood instances, but as I mentioned, I really think they would be more fun if we could run them on tier 2 or tier 3 on this server. But they are fun little short bits of gameplay. They just don't provide all that much for this character. It's not really rewarding to run. It's kind of like missions initially. Missions were kind of fun to run, but not really all that rewarding at the start. Now they're a lot more rewarding, and I do feel more properly motivated to run missions nowadays, but without tier 2, tier 3, and the such, even tier 4, tier 5, I know those are actually open on the instances now. And without actually good gear rewards, they're not the most. Now you can get some crafting material, and it seems like low chance of allied boosting drops, but yeah, overall, unfortunately, on this server, at the level 100, they are not the most rewarding. The gear does seem like it can be nice for lower level characters though, like before, I guess depending what you have crafted gear, things like that wise, but the jewelry seems like it could be useful for lower level characters if I remember correctly in some random pieces. Definitely depending what people have, of course, it could be upgrades. So been reforged there. Hello, Jonathan Amos. Yeah, critical strike. Useless Warden skill. And I have so many. We were talking earlier, Ivan, who I believe has left the stream by now, about like my video ideas, and I've made a lot of slow progress. It's like a lot of progress to me on videos, which will hopefully at some point be upcoming videos, but a problem I have been running into lately has been actually recording the videos. And also I have had little bits of issues with my PC. I actually just went through an update. Usually updates break things, but maybe Windows, it's kind of a really weird thing, but I do feel like it's probably, let's see, essentially a placebo-like effect. I don't know if that's quite the right word to call it, but like I feel like my PC randomly slows down and has some weird issues until I update. It's like Windows' way of making me update. Well, I'm very slow with the killing right here. What percent of the game's dungeons would be soloable once you reach the level cap? What'd you say, Elsgirl? So if you run them at low levels, most of them, some of them have mechanical reasons you can't solo them. So of course Agraroth the Narrow Delve has a solo version. It has a solo/duo version. But in the 3-man version...
What is that? Can they not see him? But we did not pass on. Our oath to protect the Helcathar had bound us.
The 3-man version, you have to have 3 people to start the final fight. Where is it? Nice. So I guess there used to not be an animation for the jewel emote. And that dwarf is just discovering it. Oh, I can't see the other one doing it. But yeah, we are done with the instance. And Jonathan, I do not really use any plugins. I have combat analysis, but haven't used that in a while. If you all are interested, you could let me know in the chat. I could actually use combat analysis and test red line versus yellow line if people are interested at this level and what this character has built for those.
We are back in Argaroth. We defeated the Witch King's manifestation. But the Thorvald still perished at sea.
By the way, I did actually have that. It wasn't something dreamt up or from the beta. Yeah, I don't remember if y'all were here when all that was going on, but I do actually have that. And yeah, sub-movie combat analysis is a DPS meter, but in LOTRO you cannot get like other people in your group's DPS with that, so it's more of a personal DPS meter. Oh no, I do mean it dropped on the server. Did I? I had it on my bank alt, I thought. I think I was talking about it. I don't remember, but I do have that, and if I can find a place, I guess, in the kinship house, I would like to put that somewhere. Hopefully not. And yeah, sub-movie, I can agree with that. The only important DPS measure is your own, because yeah, that is exactly what I think could happen, is people would just compare their DPS too much to others and get mad at other people for doing low DPS or something. It would be interesting, I think, to compare, just to see how you're doing. I have done that with some people in this kinship, and we'd have like pretty similar numbers or whatever, but it's just interesting to make sure you're performing alright. Thanks. I'm probably going to head off to do some questing for a bit. Okay. I do want to pay attention to the loot I'm getting. Pitted sword sheaths. If I remember correctly, that might be one I can turn in at Minas Tirith. So Gus, you were wondering if Minstrel is good for a new player, especially as a healer. It's probably the best healer for a new player. Fellowship has started, trouble number anyone. See you. Okay. There we go. I was looking for the disconnect button in Discord, but it was hidden by OBS, but it is all set now. Okay, so it sounds like we're doing our Grand Lobby group actually for Friday. But yeah, the Minstrel I think is a good one for a healer. Okay, so I'm actually interested. I've gotten myself interested enough. I will do maybe 1 or 2 tests on the target dummy, see if I can do better on red versus yellow line. I'll probably do spear sweeping. Actually, I will... I think I have spear sweeping already traded on the yellow line. I feel like I should do spear sweeping on both. I don't really like spear sweeping all that much. If we had a lot of time and people were really interested, I could test spear sweeping versus no spear sweeping, but it is something I've been curious with this character, especially... Wrong thing there. Plugins load. Combat analysis. So Gus, yes. I think Minstrel is good and good for you to dive in with. It's also a pretty good solo class. I know it's primarily a healer and group content, but they are good at solo. They're a little bit squishy because they're light armor, but this is a nice day in Gondor. Feels like summer. I feel like my character would be sweating way too much in that outfit. We can go with my new Osgiliath outfit. I call it an Osgiliath outfit, but it's actually a Minas Tirith outfit. I don't know why it makes me think of Osgiliath. Alright, so we have combat analysis up now. Now the target dummy itself will tell me my DPS after 3 minutes. It's a 3-minute target dummy, but you can actually look at what causes the damage with the DPS meter up there. So start the fight with my javelin skills. I don't have my rotation perfectly perfected out. Seize the moment is the biggest thing to get while in the range stance, then switch to melee and spear sweep. I think I got a spear sweep there. And then one more chance at a spear sweep, and then I will do my fist gambits, then switch back to ranged, I believe. And just to make sure I don't actually have any buff switches good. That means no external influences. I think I stayed in melee too long. I don't want to focus too much on my rotation, that type of stuff, but it's good for me to think about a little bit. Okay, I accidentally used precise blow, but that is okay. Okay, spear sweeping again. See, I think when I get those bleeds, I might not have actually gotten the spear sweep bleed. I did. I got one at least. Okay. Yeah, by the time I spear sweep, it might actually be time. I have not done spear sweeping all that much to familiarize myself, I guess, with the timing involved on that. Use a potion. That almost feels like cheating, but I'll use a potion if I need to on the red line as well. Okay, bleeds again. Actually, I want to use a fist one. I already have Desolation up, so use that. I don't think I used my little bleed. But yeah, this is actually interesting to me. I almost like that after spear sweeping, it's already time to switch back to range stance, it looks like. So we have done at least 60 seconds, and I had 27,000 DPS over those 60 seconds. That's quite a lot. So with full raid buffs, I know with raid buffs, I did not mean to use that game. I know with raid buffs that your damage of course goes way up, especially on LOTRO, but at level 85, I want to say, I did not mean to go to range stance. That was a big misplay there. But at level 85, I was doing like 10,000 DPS on Thorog, roughly. And I only know that. I totally messed up that whole sequence of events. We'll just go back to range stance and reset everything. That is like my general strategy for people that don't know. If I totally mess up my gambits and everything going on, my strategy is to go back to range stance, reset everything. Okay, we got seize the moment, so that means I can go in melee. And we can hope that did not actually trigger a sweep, can even tell that. And when in range stance, I need to... So we've gone 2 minutes, wow. I can't believe it's only been 2 minutes. It feels like I've been fighting this thing for like 10 minutes. Okay, use my power restore. It might even be worth, I should probably be utilizing battle memory even more. Okay, there we go. We did a full 3 minutes. So boom, Digify, you're wondering, as a Brett Paladin main in WoW. So I think the class people most compare to Paladin at LOTRO is the Captain, but it's a little bit different. Captain is a support class. And they do have a melee DPS spec, but it's actually a support-based spec. Your primary role is to support and not necessarily deal damage on your own. But there's nothing really Paladin-like in LOTRO. So my overall DPS, I know combat analysis has a slightly different number because of the way it works in the combat time, but I did 24,745 over those 3 very long feeling 3 minutes. This is what it did that. So severe bleed from barbed javelins was actually my top one, then the quick sweep from the medium bleed quick sweep, then resounding challenge, then big bleed, medium bleed, major bleed, barbed javelin, light damage over time, tier 4, all that stuff, and all this stuff way down there. These are the weak things. Mighty blow, well, the bleed from mighty blow does a lot. Quick thrust is actually a gambit builder. That did even more damage than something like mighty blow, but yeah, I wonder, you can actually also see, so I think if you're on totals, you can see your maximum hit. So my biggest hit there was 48,861. It's just some interesting information. And then my average hit damage was only 4,547 rather. Okay, we can go to the red line though, but I hope you all do maybe find this a little bit interesting. On with the red line, I might respec it real quick for spear sweeping. I don't know how it works with the Gambit builders, because I always do seize the moment for melee stance stuff in the yellow line. I don't know actually how this will work at all with the red line. Actually, I wonder at this level I might not even do spear sweeping. I want to see how flexible I am with the trait points. Okay. So it's only 2 more trait point investment actually, so that might not be too bad. Actually, I put 4 points in this one anyway. And then I want range damage. I don't know if I need finesse against a target dummy. Okay, this is kind of weird with the number of trait points I have. I'm missing technically 3 trait points on the server. Old Anorian would have 2 of them, and then Mines of Moria book quest. Finishing that deed would have the other. Okay, let's do the other 3 minutes. But yeah, I guess when you're doing something like this, at least for me, 3 minutes seems like a very long time. I wonder if it's even worth building that in range stance and redline. Probably not. I feel like the gameplay is probably going to feel a lot slower here in the red line. Yellow line champion could be almost like a ret and prop paladin, but yellow line champion is pure DPS and even a little bit slightly squishy. Okay, probably doing spear sweeping was a bad idea. That much I feel confidence in saying right now, actually. I think I need desolation. But yeah, I probably should have done the red line without spear sweeping. That is something I have no idea how to actually properly time in the red line. There's also a moment that I want to switch, which probably should have been a little bit ago, but switch to range dance to use resounding challenge. My damage, the actual damage I'm doing though, the DPS is not that far off. There's I guess I can say in the yellow line, it does feel like there are some times when, like down times, I should not be looking for a potion while I am doing this and trying to remember which gambits I have and have not used. Here's a potion. But yeah, at this point, I basically cannot tell what gambits I have and have not used, and it's kind of throwing me way off. Oh, I should have built my gambit before I did that. Oh well. And yes, Osgiliath Warden is fun. Even the spear sweeping is fun, I just don't like the RNG element of it that much, and it's right now just something I am not quite used to. Cannot harm yourself. When was I even trying to harm myself? Honestly, don't know what I used. It was like, you cannot harm yourself. Some little reset mishap there. Okay, I have used that. I've not gone to range dance in a while. Go back to melee. I'm really surprised with my DPS though, especially I'm messing things up again. I should actually use my power restore gambit. Something you actually need to use on this server at this level. Okay, let's go with some bleed. Yeah, my DPS is probably going down quite a bit right now, if I had to guess. But when I glance over at the number, I'm kind of surprised that it's that close. I only did a little over 1,000 less damage in the red line, but I actually do feel like that build totally messed me up, where I might be able to squeeze out more with a regular red line build, I guess, for this character. So I am interested enough to try that. Okay, so normal build. 4. And this would actually be like on landscape, I would go ahead and get counterattack, so I might just do this. Actually, I don't do too much landscape in the red line. I put the points in the wrong thing there. Oops, oh no. all that clicking, and it got undone by a single click on 3 there. I don't even think it'll save all that stuff I put in. But yeah, one more test. I feel like I want to do one more test on the red line, of course. It'll just take a minute. But in review, let's see that last fight, what all I did. Resounding Challenge was my strongest skill in the red line. A range gambit, oddly enough. But you get a lot of light damage boost, that makes sense. Then Big Bleed. Quick Sweep did a lot of damage there. I know the sweeping is strong and it's very RNG dependent if you actually get the sweep. I think it's a 50% chance to get a sweep. So you have Onslaught and Wall of Steel now have a 50% chance to not consume the bleed. Okay, never mind. You have a 30% chance to trigger Quick Sweep. And that is the AoE bleeds on your, or trigger bleeds on your AoE targets in addition to the burst damage. That is the big part, that 30% chance for the sweep there. So it's only a 30% chance. That's a very small chance. So if you get the sweeps there, you can do a ton of damage, but again, it's that RNG element. Okay. Unfortunately, it's very slow. I can click those way faster, but the game can only take so many clicks at once. Seems like a time where APM should actually be helping you, but not right now. Okay, better not click the wrong things this time. This is where it happened last time. There we go. So one more try. There are a couple things that I think I could also do better. I'd have to think about a little bit. But yeah, one more attempt here and start with my javelin skills. Use this. Switch to melee. And also doing one test even over 3 minutes. One test is not really enough, I don't think, to get a full idea of if Redline Warden is exactly better than Yellow Line for this character at this level with my gear setup or stuff like that. I don't think one test is enough. And I think this, and then back to ranged. One test with like each build, but it gives me some idea, at least some idea of how close they can be. Well, I'm actually seeing the DPS. If it keeps up like that, I really do think the red line will be better overall. Well, better overall again from the testing that I'm doing here. I'm also not utilizing my animation cancel enough. I don't need it to interrupt on a target dummy, of course. Okay, I haven't even used Surety of Death. That's not good. That means I'm using my gambits like way out of order. Okay, but I think we're going back to ranged. But yeah, just seeing the DPS right now without having to worry about the sweeping, it's already way higher looking. Oh no, I'm out of power. Well, there we go. That'll slow my DPS down. So sub-movie, usually bosses are a little bit weird. Some of them can be super simple in LOTRO, but some of them can be quite complex where it's basically about the mechanics and not even about your DPS. So in a real raid environment, I would not be doing whatever this DPS is. It just gives me an idea of red line versus yellow line. Now, yellow line has a lot of flexibility that I like a little. I am using bad gambits. We need to go back to range and reset, I think. I'll actually use Desolation first this time. But see, when I mess something up like this on the Warden and mess up my damage over times like that, it really negatively impacts my DPS. I have medium bleed? I should have big bleed somewhere up there. I do have big bleed, okay. But I feel like compared to other classes, I don't know if this is completely accurate, but compared to other classes, it always feels like to me messing up on the Warden is way more punishing than, say, messing up on the Hunter. And a lot of fights in LOTRO as well is a little bit of like a mix. Having good DPS and all that stuff is definitely helpful. Okay, so I did the most damage with that redline build. Kind of the base, I'd call it almost like a standard redline build. I would continue into momentum for my next few traits. I would either get probably bullseye next. If I really need a finesse, getting that rating could be helpful, but would rather avoid that. Now for a target dummy, I don't think finesse matters at all, at least as best as I could tell. They never actually dodge, parry, or block. I wasn't paying all that much attention though. Avoidance, physical avoids, they had some, okay, they did have some avoids and resist. No, they didn't have block parry evades. They had some partial block parry evades. I wonder if you can stand behind a target dummy and they would, those mechanics. Oh yeah, also, Brandon, as you say, the Warden, on top of the RNG, the Wardens are very much so affected by lag. You'll probably see this. I talk about it a lot when it happens, but when I'm in range, we can actually just activate the target dummy briefly. When I'm in range, I'll use something like range resounding challenge, do my range stuff, then I'll switch to melee. And that was a bad example because it didn't happen. Let's see. Well, I have to press these buttons really fast, but what happens is I will press shift 1 and shift 3, but shift 1 will actually just get skipped over due to lag. So right here, I press those two almost at the same time. Right here, I'm not getting lag on the Ken Island where nobody else is and there's not much going on here. But very frequently, actually, I will skip over the shift 1 and that will mess me up, mess that gambit up, and it'll have this huge effect on the damage. So that is a good point to bring up. But I believe I can run away from this fight. I think I actually have all my travel skills, probably not on the spec. Oh, I do have them on the spec. I have all my travel skills on that shield bar there. To the yellow line. But anyway, I think we're good with the DPS test. That took, I think, like 10 to 15 minutes. It felt like it took a lot longer, but that still had some interesting information to me overall, but I think I am settled with that and we can do some more quests. As an outlook for the stream, I'm probably getting just about ready to get wrapped up soon. We have been going for quite a while. I did some missions to start and got the 8 missions that I did not do on this Warden done actually before the group content, but again, the stream got started a lot later than initially planned. Looks like we have defensive Arnak, I'm guessing, that's what that said. Yeah, the defensive Arnak. And this seems like it'll be, it feels like a final quest, at least for Arnak, so we'll get this one done. But other than that, we did the Dome of Stars Osgiliath 6-man instance with 4 people. It was mostly easy, but we did run into a little bit of issues with the spirits and some of the things in the shadowy area there. And then the last boss took a couple attempts before we actually got it down. One of the attempts, I messed everything up, definitely. Oh, looks like I'm in melee stance. But yeah, and kind of just thinking about real raid conditions, or even any sort of group content, real fights, even if the yellow line on a target dummy parses like 1000 DPS less than the red line, I usually would rather be the yellow line because of the flexibility of being in ranged, and when I do want to be in range, being a lot stronger. There are a lot of situations in a lot of the group content I run where I might want to run away from enemies or things like that. Now, in an ideal scenario, that would not really be a factor, but in LOTRO, there are a lot of reasons ranged is better than melee. One is because of aura effects. Some enemies will deal damage to people nearby. Oftentimes the range, I guess it depends on the mob, I don't know if it's oftentimes, but that is something range can be affected by as well, to be fair with that. There's also, I find it as a range class, or range spec, just playing range in general, usually easier to avoid mechanics in general with a fight. And then With melee, there are also some AoE effects, like melee range AoE effects that you just avoid as range. There are also frontal AoEs that ideally as a melee you could avoid, but they're usually a lot easier to avoid, I feel like, as a ranged character. So there are things like that that just make range a lot more convenient and nice to be on, I think. So even if I did less damage in melee, that is one reason I'd like to play the L line. I also find the L line overall fun, so that is a big help. Seize the Moment is one of the most fun procs in the game. And is mounted fighting better range or melee? So mounted fighting, in general, I would say range because you don't have to worry about hitting enemies, but there is this very odd thing where my strongest mounted character by far is my Guardian. My Guardian, who is melee of course mounted, just one-shots things at a high pace, and if it doesn't, it still does a lot of damage and kills the things quickest of anything I've ever played on mounted, even compared to Hunter, which I've only played a tiny bit on mounted. But it is the weirdest thing to me that the Guardian becomes, in my experience, the top DPS on Warsteed, which doesn't make basically any sense. And my experience is limited, so I don't have a complete experience like doing really, well, actually testing it basically and thoroughly playing, especially the Hunter. I've only played a little bit of it on Guardian, but in general I would say ranged is better, but there is that exception in my experience with the Guardian being very good, and you can actually hit things from relatively far away, relatively large range actually. Were we supposed to run away or not? Oh no, it says they are repelled. Would that this were... Wait, what? Baranor's got some weird language there. He says, it is done, they are repelled. So that makes sense, but then he says, would that this... Hold up, let me restart that. Would that this were a happier hour in their defeat. A happier hour in their defeat, that makes sense, but the would that this were... That's a weird combination of words to me. Would that this were... With that this is? I don't know. It could just be something from olden days.
No light of day.
But it's totally tripping me up. Wow, these pants have a lot of vitality. I honestly could get... No, I won't get more morale total, but it's almost a consideration that I'd get like agility. If this had a DPS stat for the secondary stat there, I would actually rather these purple pants, but my current pants provide more than those would be able to benefit me. But they're surprisingly close. That's all with that. Okay, full inventory. We'll apply this to a junk ally.
Will we ever see the sun again?
Search for a Dagor. I guess we are not actually done with this. We need to search for a Dagor. I'm wondering how I'm doing though with the deed. Gondor, Eastern Gondor. That is one thing, so just in general with my Warden, for people not familiar, one of the big things is I am trying to get a lot of my deeds ready for the April 22nd to 26th Virtue XP boost that is coming up, which would be not next weekend, because today's already Wednesday, wow. Not next weekend, but it feels like Monday for some reason, but it's good that it is not. The weekend after, anyway. So something like the Morgul host, even though this is something I only need to explore one more thing, I would actually like to not explore that if possible, just so I could save a deed like this where I just have to run to one place and I get done with exploration. Even the southern beacons, I'd very much so like to not do that. I'll probably, if I had to guess, that's something I would actually get done when I quest in the next zone, the Upper Lebanon. But yeah, there's also Dome of Stars and Houses of Healing in Osgiliath that would give me stuff. Okay, so we are searching for a Dagor. So it sounds like that stuff is just old. I don't think I've seen anything quite like that. Usually some of the stuff is recognizable, But that particular phrase is just really trippy to me and stand out worthy, I guess. Oh, we have to actually search. Gather stones for a cairn. Oh, that was... I was totally ignoring what was actually going on. That is Dagor. He apparently died in combat in this clearing. There are quite a few dead orcs there as well. I would like to give him credit, but that is a small number of orcs relative to what a lot of denizens of Middle-earth have done. Mainly thinking of player-controlled characters in the game. But outside of considering that, that is a decent number of orcs that they killed, I suppose. And all that's left are these deer that are just like walking here like nothing happened. Wow, this is actually taking time for this. Let's see, we got Elum Town, a deer there. And I was placing a cairn. We got mountains in the background. It's kind of a nice scenic view right here. Although there's a lot of ash from Mordor. And of course it's all red and dark from Mordor, but pretty nice scene. Oh, we have to warn him. Now we talk back to Baranor. We will use the Warden strategy and just muster right next to that NPC. Oh no! The deer heard me talking about it. I thought it could fight me. Oh. Whenever I get stunned, I always worry I die. It's like some tiny part of the stun feels like dying, getting defeated in LOTRO. So Brandon, you said a single hobbit alone has probably killed enough wolves to throw the entire Shire ecosystem into chaos, and probably. As gross as it is for me to think about, just have to imagine how many second breakfasts those wolves could supplement. Okay, we're going up to Imloth Melui. Melui? I don't know how to actually say that, but calling it, I could say Milui. It almost looks like it could be that. One of these stacks gets consumed, which I actually think I have 2 different stacks of potions, but I don't remember Waylon or Dogborn, how either of these names got on it. I got these from different sources, but I actually think a lot of them were crafted from neither of these characters. One of them was given to me, which could have been, and I think I totally went in the wrong direction. I went northwest instead of northeast. I'm just taking the scenic route. Wow, that river is like the perfect height. I guess that could be considered a river, kind of small one. It's a stream at the least. We are thinking towards future content. What I am currently thinking is I would actually like to have a video on Friday. If I can edit a video in time. That would be kind of tough to do, but I'm thinking tomorrow I could stream. Marinair. Oh, he has some quests for me. That is okay though. I think it's to talk to the same NPC. So that is fine. But yeah, I'll have to see on Friday. I don't know about Friday, but Thursday, tomorrow, I am planning on streaming and going to the Lore Master. Likely. It depends on the winner of the poll that I posted on my channel, which at this rate, it's going to be Lore Master. But I will keep any of those options available. We'll see tomorrow morning, and basically by then is when I will ideally decide what tomorrow's stream will be. And I do believe tomorrow's stream can be at normal time unless unexpected meetings pop up again. Looks like she has more quests for me.
What strange darkness covers the sky?
Well, here I was, I thought I was getting done. Ooh, that's a lot of places
We woke this morning to no sun.
to look. I think those are around town. A lot of this stuff just in Imloth Malui. That sounded like something French that I just said. It sounded like we. But I am curious, quests of... Yeah, I still have not completed the quest of Lost Arnak Deed. I think I thought that I was done with this earlier, because I thought I was like more progressed, I guess, as far as the deed goes. So that's why I was feeling like I was done with this zone earlier. I don't know if I still want to get done with the zone. I don't know what else there can be. If I actually look at the deed quests, it should be somewhere here. Quest of Lost Arnak. There are actually quite a few quests that looks like more in this zone. I only have 14 out of 25. So maybe that is something that I save for later and don't necessarily do right now. I just honestly don't know, as far as the zone goes, what all else there could be for 11 more quests, but that is what there are. It'll be interesting, I think, to see what all there is with that. Maybe I'll complete these town quests and then get kind of wrapped up with this stream. Let's see. I could also, for the final stuff I do today, maybe swap to my Bay Warning while I'm doing the outro stuff and do some missions. Missions are useful, so I do like to run them at the moment. They're also fun. Give me little bits of gameplay. Kind of the point of them, I think. Okay, this is slow. We can get on the worst deed. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, depending how these quests go, of course. Go and sell. Though I don't know if I have anything to sell. I actually have a couple decent things to sell. I don't know all this armor. Probably maybe save that just in case there's cosmetic gear from here. But yeah, all those armor pieces, I probably don't really want to say. And hello to Vulgar TG. He said you're glad to catch some of this stream today. I'm glad you are able to as well. I feel like this stream's been overall going well, besides the late start, basically. I think I have to go inside this building. Another nice view of Gondor. So CB2000A said they still have not fixed Warhorse mechanics after all these years, and yeah, they have done a little bits of like tuning to make them turn faster. It's something they mentioned. I think Severlin probably mentioned. It's something like, this is a lot of the chat with Severlin streams that they have done. I guess the two of them. There's a lot of, that's like a thing they want to do, which to me implies it's something that they aren't working on. Who do I need to talk to on the western side? Oh, that doesn't help me. I need to talk to somebody in this building, and I have no idea where they are. So I'm just going to run around the building, basically. There is a minstrel or something. At least some music player. There she is, I think.
What is the meaning of this?
A rat in the garden. That is not good. Search hiding places inside the Hall of the Gentle Hand. Oh no. And then 3 hiding places inside and 3 hiding places outside. That is not good. Mainly because there are so many hiding places, I feel like. I wonder if I should be... Yeah, I should be targeting things with delete. Oh, I guess the floating names will also help. It looks like these bookshelves, that's where they think are hiding places. The good news is I don't need to find 3 rats, I just need to search 3 places. I think I got a hair in my eye. This seems like a good hiding place. Also feel like I'm randomly interrupting somebody in their room. Whoever that person is. They're just like sitting there, reading at a chair. I'm coming in, interrupting, searching their bookshelves. They got a tapestry of what looks like some Gondorian warrior, maybe? Which I guess in LOTRO terms may be like a champion or captain looking person. Anyway, we can stop bothering them and move on for some more hiding places. Wow, this bookshelf, I need to straighten this up. And then 3 outside will be the next task, I believe. If all these quests in this little camp are actually in this camp, might have a lot to do overall here. Okay, so searching the places outside, I think this will be one of them. I wonder if the refugee, there's something, I almost feel like there will be a quest that will deal with them later, just because their name is popping up like that and they're standing there like a quest NPC. But maybe not. Okay, so we are searching hiding places, not for bunches of blackberries. While in real life, might be excited to find random bunches of blackberries on the road. Not in LOTRO. Still not finding anything suspicious. I wonder if I am searching for something suspicious or just like rats. Oh, looks like the other one is actually back. But yeah, I haven't actually checked the quest if I am specifically looking for rats or something else. Okay, I believe someone has poisoned her medicines. Check likely hiding places. Maybe poisoned medicines is actually rats, though. I don't know. Still nothing suspicious. I don't know how. I probably haven't even searched nearly all the possible hiding places, but as far as the quest goes, I have. And if I remember correctly, the NPC is on the right side, but I was going in kind of all scattered about directions that I don't remember, but that is correct.
I beg your pardon. Why do you
Okay,
interrupt me?
feed spear flower to one of the goats. I guess, are we testing if the spear flower is poison on the goats? See, that quest, the poison test is to the northwest, so I think it is time to get on the war steed again. Oh yeah, I have all this stuff. I do want to get it. Do not have an, I was like, it never went in my inventory. That's the main stuff I want to get. I honestly don't care about that other stuff if it does get destroyed. At least at the moment, I don't care. I do want to send this stuff to my bank alt though if I have time while I'm running on the war steed. We're doing some speedy running because regular running is too slow, but I do want to multitask. I think I just need to pass through this area. So I have to try to mail stuff while doing the speedy running and still navigate with the war steed. This is the real challenging stuff. Like, I almost feel like you can forget tier 2 challenger, maybe even tier 5. This is, to me, the challenging stuff in LOTRO. I believe that's about everything I want to send to this character specifically. I know my inventory is a huge mess, so I'm just looking for other options, but I think that is it. So Volgar, I have looked into LOTRO's plugins and add-ons. I am not a big fan of using plugins and add-ons and the such. There are some things. The goat stares at me. Oh no, I have to feed it to one of the goats again. I'm unable to. Oh, I'm trying to. Okay. Or am I doing all these different flowers? Oh no. Hopefully that goat didn't die. Okay, it just got knocked down for a little bit. I don't want to be that cruel to these goats. But yeah, we're ready to turn that quest in, but I am curious if I'll get more quests. So I'm going to go ahead and explore here and check these things out before I move on. But with the plugins, we actually, I think before you got here, Volgar, I was actually working on combat analysis and doing some DPS tests with this character with that. So that is the single plugin that I have used recently with LOTRO. I think I did use some Fellowship Manager one at some point, but it has a very specific use, and specifically was for organizing Throg runs. I did that at level 105.
There's not been ill.
No, the other one's still taking damage. I guess that's where he disappeared. He actually got defeated.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
He'll give me a real challenge. Oh, he actually did. That stun slowed me down so much that I do feel like that was a real challenge. I didn't even realize this one was a signature. Yet he cried mercy in the end.
I greet you, friend.
Alright, so that was it for that quest. I have to admit, these town quests here, at least that one was at least a little bit interesting. The one with the poison, it has me invested into the storyline just because of the goat cruelty of testing to see if those, whatever those flowers were, different ingredients were poisonous to the goats. And ultimately one got briefly knocked down, but fortunately it came right back up and is still living a happy, healthy life in Gondor and stuck there eternally, basically. Oh, things aren't loading. There we go. Oh, and more things aren't loading. Oh no, the goat has cancer? That is not good.
Why do you interrupt?
The mare's foot.
What is the meaning of this?
So now we need to confront Igand, who is accused. See, there are some things, like even with questing, that I'm starting that sentence very poorly, which is something that probably happens a lot more frequently when I'm tired like this, but sometimes quests actually do interest me enough that I'm invested into the storyline. It's something that a lot of quests don't do. It's kind of infrequent, but there's just some events, some parts of quests that really do interest me in the storylines going on, and I really like it when they do. Something like this, with the poisoned and now accusing somebody. I am totally invested into whatever is going on with this quest, the storyline that is telling. Whoa, there's a lot of stuff that just not load right there. Now I'm stuck floating in the landscape. Oh no, I'm not. Now I'm stuck. Okay, we can do this on the war steed. Again, that is the challenge of LOTRO. You have to try to do all your navigation on the war steed. When I can't run tier 2, tier 3, well, tier 2 plus, tier 2 through tier 5 of Agraroth and Narrow Delve, I have to navigate everything on the war steed for my difficulty in the game. And CB, you said you are back playing LOTRO after a 5-year absence, and you still find it the best MMORPG around. Well, as Brandon says, welcome back to LOTRO. There are quite a few people in this stream who have mentioned they're returning, and I think a couple new people as well. Uh-oh, I didn't actually find out. Was he guilty? He did not mean to ruin it. He substituted a similar looking plant. So he is accidentally, unintentionally guilty there. Ooh, task. Oh no, I'd never actually sent that mail. That is not good. I thought I actually sent all these while I was doing all my navigation stuff, but I guess not. There's one more thing I had in there. I think the zircons. Cannot mail. Fellowship. Oh, because it's all fellowship tradable. It's not bound yet. That is why I cannot mail that. So Brandon, 15 yellow target indicators on the minimap at once. I have run into some things like that, but something like that at the same time. Probably a poor choice of words. That exact type of thing I have not run into, but sometimes there are just some weird things going on with the minimap. And I think I've occasionally gotten some things like that. I just don't remember exactly how it took form. Sometimes I've had that with red target indicators, I feel like, or some enemies I'm targeting aren't showing up. Oh, I can't jump. I think there are steps right here. Oh no, I got blocked by a table. I did all that very efficient running just to get...
Why do you interrupt?
Wow, we're still going on with our storyline. Okay, this is getting a little bit too long. I guess we need to cure the poison now, but the storyline had me interested. Now it's just running on a little bit too long, I think. It makes sense that we need to get it, but as far as gameplay goes, again, that is a little bit long to me. But we'll complete this quest, get done with this camp, and all that still. I am curious, with all these quests I've done, how much that has progressed the deed. And I've done 4 quests, it looks like, within the town. So now getting 25 seems a lot more manageable with what we actually have. There are quite a few quests in here. It looks like I'll complete at least 2, well, I guess 3 more. Maybe even more, but if I do at least 3 more, that'll get me all the way up to 21. And that would mean I don't have all that many quests actually left to do. At least to complete the deed, for all I know, there are a bunch of quests left, but again, we'll get there with that when we get there. It's just some indicator to give me an idea of how close this zone is getting done, especially when I thought I was almost done with this zone, and I thought actually that last instance that we did would have been the end of this zone. Warband, one more warband. I don't want to do that until the Virtue Weekend. I have a lot of stuff in Gondor. We're going to have a day of virtues in Gondor, ideally next weekend. So CB, some people run the Rift still, the Rift of Ner'zghashu. There are a lot of progression groups. I think I am stuck, by the way. That is why I'm not moving. I got stuck. I don't know, due to lag or some like little tiny disconnect. It seemed more like a lag type thing. So dwarf leaf, dew leaf rather, not dwarf leaf. What is the dew leaf from? Ooh, I don't want to kill Eastern Gondor Beast. I'd very, very much so like to save that deed for the Virtue Weekend, but it's no big deal if I do. That is something I do have to keep in mind. There are a lot of things I can do on the Virtue bonus weekend that I don't want to totally avoid deeds at the moment. But we are looking for dew leaf, which I'm guessing will be an item that I have to pick up. I really doubt it would be a drop. It does look like it is an item. What I want to test is if I can pick it up on the war steed, which, seeing all these here, that's probably actually inefficient to be on the war steed, even though I can get them. But that at least means I get to be a little bit lazy. But yeah, there are a lot of progression kins in LOTRO where they will like cap their level that you can go up in the kinship, use the Stone of the Tortoise to do that. What is that? Oh, that's one of those tributes to the Morrowmere lady. Gilrain. I don't know if Moromir is what she's actually called. Shiniro, you're wondering what mouse I am using. I'm using some cheap mouse that I really like. It is an Eastern Times Tech T7. Here, I can maybe show it. I don't want the laser blinding me, but oh no, it can't reach far enough to be in the webcam view. It's like, it's gotta be super close to actually being in view, but the wire does not stretch far enough. Maybe up here? No, that's crazy. I'm bumping the mic. I probably should stop trying, but that's really crazy to me that it's somehow not getting caught in the webcam and it's just like right below it there. Anyway, we got all of our dew leaf. But I want to take a moment to go to the Upper Lebanon to get this tribute to Irui. I actually have a wireless version of this mouse. I was looking for a wireless mouse and I like this one so much. The wireless one is mainly actually for my laptops for either school/work or just personal laptop, but the wireless mouse, the exact same brand, just wireless version. Unfortunately, the mouse is different. But yeah, I like the wired version. I really like the, I don't know, size of it. It's probably a fairly standard size. And it is, again, a cheap, basic wired mouse, but that is what works for me. It has 2 buttons on the side, one forward button, one back button, at least on like Chrome, that's what it defaults to, which I don't have as any keybinds. It's something I would probably utilize a little bit more in LOTRO and actually use the mouse keybinds there, because they're fairly easy buttons to press with the thumb, rather. But trying to remember, I think in Overwatch I would use those buttons. They would like default to melee actually. Oh no, I meant to talk to the other NPC before I came here. That is okay though. To Brunel at the Hall of the Gentle Hand, I think rather. And then it has the standard, it has a DPI scaler as well, but then the standard left click, right click, middle mouse stuff, the wheel. Okay, try this again. It'll probably have to talk right back to that lady NPC that we just talked to. And that's why I meant to go to turn in the poison's cure first. Is that a deer statue? That's interesting. But I was paying no attention to what I was doing. No, those are agility essences. I was like, if those are vitality essences, I could probably be using those. Cannot jump right now. I should get a screenshot while I'm like that. Oh, too slow.
What is the meaning of this?
Oh no. Add dew leaf to the cure at the healer's workbench. Oh, there we go. Like I said, this quest, it's been an interesting storyline, but just a little bit too much. Oh no, I have to do more stuff. A little bit too much, too many things to do. Well, this quest, where are the people I need to administer the poison's cure to? And do I target them with delete or F10? I'd hope F10. Oh, maybe the refugees? No, sick patient, not the refugees. That would make sense that I need to do it to the sick patients. She's almost falling out of the bed. It's interesting seeing all the details they have going on with these NPCs and the such. That's one thing I feel like LOTRO does pretty well, is the smaller details like this. Like there's a random person playing music, which I could see some maybe being annoying to some of the people, but that's what is going on here. And then I don't know where the next set would be. I guess I should just follow this around and see more on the mini-map up there. And once again, it makes sense as far as the quest goes, even though if I feel like the quest is like too long at this point, it makes sense that I would have to administer the cure. Then it looks like the quest is still not ready to turn in just to continue at this point, but we will see what the next step is.
Why do you interrupt me?
Talk to Mariner. Okay, now it's done. Oh no, now we need to search for the scouting party at Osnor here, southeast of Imloth-Milwy. Report of orcs. So one thing I do want to make sure, I actually want to check the LOTRO wiki, see if I'm on track with the Eastern Gondor Losarnek quest. Fortunately, this region has been out for a while, and we do have the LOTRO wiki for that, so it's something I can actually check. So as far as quests go, a report of orcs. I have done almost all the quests here. I wonder if there are some repeatables or what is all going on with that. Oh, a watch on the wells. Vector from Imloth-Milwy. Vector to Harland. I don't remember if I've done Harland. I think I have done Harland, but it's a vector from Imloth-Milwy, which would be the place I'm at right now. On the quest I'm on is currently a report of orcs. Okay, so I still need to do, I still have Harland would be the next set I have to do after a report of orcs. So Elder Scrolls Online, I have not played that to be familiar with, like, if I would be surprised if it does or doesn't have a music system. Yeah, especially if you play on a server like Lorelyn, Langerfall, even Arkenstone. I don't usually see the shirtless dwarves on at Southbury standing on the fence posts in Arkenstone. I don't know if other servers are similar, but that is a distinct part of Arkenstone that I remember, and every time I log in there it seems to still be an ongoing thing. But yeah, running into players playing music of course is neat. But when you don't have players playing music, they do have some NPCs that play music. Oh, we're going to the southeast. I thought it was southwest. I had in my mind that we were going like southwest over here somewhere. But now it makes sense how this is a vector to Harland. So CB, you said you're on Arkenstone, and I'm curious if you have seen those folks that I am talking about. I haven't played on Arkenstone in a while, mostly been on Nor until update 30, as when I'm planning on making my Arkenstone return to go through the new content, of course, on Luiden. Yeah, so Elder Scrolls Online, that is a game I have not played, but the little bit of gameplay that I have seen, I'm just not sure it's a combat system that I would personally enjoy. But sounds like if your internet isn't bogging down is when it can be decent. Oh no, I actually have stuff being removed from my pending loot list. Maybe I should destroy that just to get rid of it. As much as that sucks, that is what I want to do now. I do want to open my vault. If there is space in my vault, that would be very good. Physical, I like the one I have right now for DPS. Put that in. That doesn't help me too much. I think I can destroy, especially destroy these weaponsmith. I probably don't need those battle scarred gauntlets anymore with my current gear setup, and I don't see me changing that, so just destroy them. These gloves as well, I don't see me wearing them, but I'll put them in my vault there as a just in case. Put some of the cosmetic stuff in there as well. Oh, we're actually full. Yeah, all this stuff I can actually just delete out of my chest 3 here. Don't need that stuff on this character anymore. So Brandon, you said not shirtless dwarves, but there always seem to be some people who get to odd spots in Brandywine. Yeah, I think that is also a big thing we were talking about earlier, jumping buildings, and that is an occurrence. It's something I think people do in Bree, try to jump on top of all the buildings in Bree and all that fun stuff. Probably don't ever want Naryuhel Shaw, but I'll go ahead and put it in my vault. And I cleaned up. I didn't realize there was a lot of that junk type stuff, old crafting stuff that I really didn't need in this vault. There's a lot of other junk type stuff that I could definitely get rid of and it would be no problem, but I am lazy about figuring out what exactly is junk and what I do and don't want to keep, basically. But this frees up actually a lot of vault space. I feel like all this virtue XP I could also send to my virtue XP holding alt. All these relics I could just deconstruct, so my inventory, it's cleanable is how I describe it. I can actually get rid of a few of these things. Do I have chest 8, 7? Is 7 being used? 6? Here, I can use 6 for all these things. That is a start. And then if I get my town services out and use the relic combination and deconstruct and show locked, I did not realize these were locked. That is 3 more slots of inventory, so pretty late in the stream we're finally getting stuff organized. Took me a while, but my inventory is about as clean as it has been in a long time on this character. I don't remember, but I think pitted sword sheaths are the ones I do want to keep. But let's go ahead and go to this camp and report to Forks. Oh no, I completed a deed. That is unfortunate. Alright, what do I need to do here? First of all, remove my bleeds. Unfortunately, with these bleeds, I might have to spam resolution. It'll eventually do damage because of the way yellow line works. RNG dependent, of course, but as oddly a way I can stay alive in a fight like that when these bleeds are just going to be killing me. At this point, though, I probably should just focus on killing the mob rather than focusing on healing. Tons of emote spammers on Brandywine. Sometimes I see some emote spammers. That is all for that quest, really? I really feel like I should have more quests right now. This is something a lot of the rest of Eastern Gondor has been good about, giving me more quests in a situation like this. At least South Ithilien. South Ithilien was really good about that. But yeah, I feel like I should have like a quest to at least kill 10 orcs or something. Alright, I believe it is not worth doing my Warden method of mustering into the camp because that would take me to Arnak, and there's no like travel option to quickly get to Imloth Melwi. And as an outlook for the rest of the stream, I plan to save Harlond, that part, for whatever next stream I do on this Warden in Gondor, and I will also do, of course, the upper Lebanon whenever I continue with Eastern Gondor. I'm basically going through Eastern Gondor backwards. I did South Ithilien first. I actually did a little bit of Osgiliath before South Ithilien, but outside of that little bit of Osgiliath, then I did South Ithilien first, then I did the rest of Osgiliath, and then I've gone back to Lost Arnak here. And then I will go back to the Upper Lebanon as the next one, because I have found Eastern Gondor so far to be quite fun. This is, I really like South Ithilien. That might be my favorite zone in all of Gondor. But I do want to continue with the rest of Eastern Gondor just because it's fun. And it's some of the questing I have done as far as Gondor goes the least. Robe of the Flowered Veil. That actually doesn't look too bad. Of course it doesn't go with like my shoulder pads, but, or my boots especially. My boots just clip through. Actually kind of like that look. Different shoulder pads, of course. I'm not a big fan of the shoulder pads I have right now. They just happen to go with my chest piece and my boots. That's actually something for this outfit. If I could get different red shoulder pads that still matched color-wise mostly, that would be really nice. But as far as the actual armor goes, not going to be useful. So I will continue. Oh, I can't even select a reward. I was ready to select a reward. We are traveling for this. So I guess, yeah, for the outlook for the rest of the stream, if that is even what I was going on about, probably continue this until the end. And as a review for what we have done today, I want to follow. Yeah, with PvP, that is something I liked a little bit. And wow, I would enjoy doing Battlegrounds, and sometimes occasionally open world PvP could be fun, but it's not something I always want to do. But it sounds like BDO has PvP. Oh, yeah, so that is one problem with open world PvP, is just roaming around getting destroyed by like 10 players who are just killing things for fun. Alright, let's get this Morgul Marauder. She is slow right now. It's been a long time since I've done Sarah Oakheart stuff, but I almost feel like she's Gondor Sarah Oakheart at this point. But in review for what we have done today, started off with Warden missions, then did the Osgiliath instance, the 6-man instance, Dome of Stars, and now I am questing in Eastern Gondor, containing Lost Sarnak. And that is really all there is to review today. That was actually very short, but looking ahead towards upcoming content, I'm unsure about Friday, but Thursday I do plan to stream. I have a tier list video, which I will set as a premiere so we can chat about that as it comes out. So I don't know how much this will happen, but partially so people can disagree with me in the chat there. Why is she holding those flowers? Is that really the Anduin River at this point still? I guess it is. It's a very long river. I know it goes through Olderslade, I think, even. And then goes all the way down here. There's the Lothlorien Mirkwood part of it. And it continues going Great River Zone somewhere around there, I believe, and Great River Zone. Actually, I think that the Great River, of course, referring to the Anduin River, I believe, goes through this falls area, swampy area, and then through Gondor, and finally out into the Bay of Belfless. There's the Belfless. There's the Bay of Belfless. Okay, so yeah, out into that bay area into the Great Sea Beligir. Anyway, we have some orcs trying to kill me, and they think they are succeeding. But succeed no more, they shall. Alright, What's going on with the quest? Still protecting her. Okay. I wonder if those two orcs there they activated. Oh, their strategy worked. The Marauder actually distracted me while I should have been focusing on the archer. I wonder if Shattered Spears are what I actually need for Minas Tirith. Reputation, I don't remember. Thought it might have been these Shattered Sword Sheaths, but I don't know if I'll get enough of that anyway to turn in from what we are doing. It's 62 degrees in here where I am. But it feels, I was kind of feeling both warm and cold. Which the cold probably meaning it is bedtime, which it does feel like it is. As you all probably can tell throughout, I wasn't planning on quite going this long with the stream, but I don't mind that I do. I would like to get done with this quest, especially with how slow it's going. Better to get it done than to leave this as something to look forward to later. Oh, here's a Morgul Captain. A little bit of a slightly extra tough orc. Those two enemies are not hittable yet. Those orcs didn't put up a fight at all, basically. Yeah, sometimes it does feel like double Z, especially if I am enjoying what I am doing. That is what it ends up being. I'm usually not so much of a night person, but when I'm streaming, I feel like I have this extra endurance to stay up long. And it's something that in the past, even though I go to bed relatively early, usually, it is something in the past, if I was really enjoying something I would do, I could stay up quite a bit. But with the enjoyable content here, as low as this quest is, and with streaming, what is wrong with her? She just seems totally crazy. At least she's moving fast now, even though she's going all roundabout direction. Maybe I should have been paying attention more, but she seems very, very crazy. And at least K.N. Riggs, I don't know if there is a better way. I should be pronouncing your name. Maybe Riggs? Oh, that's a little bit odd, but anyway. You said I'm making a slow night at work for you more interesting. I'm glad I am able to do that at least. Riggs is fine, okay. At least she has always been a little bit off, but she feels very off right now. Also, I don't mean to criticize her face, but that is an oddly shaped face. It looks like it's definitely more so mix of the game, but just zooming in on her face makes it look very odd. So Double Z, you're trying to force yourself to head to bed now. It's super crazy how many of these starter quests you remember from over 10 years ago. Oh yeah, if I remember correctly, you were one of the ones that was returning to LOTRO, maybe? From 2011? I'm guessing based off your comment, that's what it is. Yes, she should jump into the Anduin and go for a swim all the way down the river. Actually, she should try to swim up the river give her a challenge for her slowness and jumpitiness. I feel like she should try to go to the Vales of Anduin. Like, I don't mean that as a super rude thing, like she would fail or die trying, but that does seem like something she should do. I would give her something to do other than be crazy here, basically. And Riggs, you said your shift is over now. And he said, thanks for streaming and sharing. Well, thank you for tuning into the stream. And he said I earned myself a subscriber. So thank you for subscribing as well. I think it depends on the channel settings, but I do have notifications enabled on the stream for people that do subscribe. It should show up in a little box on the bottom right. Oh, we have to defeat... We actually have a new objective to defeat this little non-signature orc. Oh, I still need to protect her. I was hoping that would be the end of it after that. It's hard to believe LOTRO is a game old enough to be on its 14th anniversary this year, coming up in like a week, a little over a week maybe. I don't remember the exact release date. April something 2007.
What strange darkness.
Alright, we got the fortified jacket. Not enough room. That means we go to this. Browse. Uncheck show locked. Got hiccups. Okay, sell those and then finish this. As far as the essence goes, don't really care about those. The Imbued Legacy replacement scroll is nice. I think I'm up to like 4 of those on this character. It's kind of crazy. So watch on the walls. I believe this is the vector quest to go to Harond, if I remember correctly. That's what it's called. Not quite Harondor, which would be Harad and Gondor mixed, and is the place south of Gondor. Yeah, Alpha 2.0. That was a long time ago. That was 2006. Can hardly imagine how different LOTRO was during Alpha. I wonder, when they switched the name, did the game ever go to Alpha Playable or something like that when it was called Middle-earth Online? Or by time like Alpha 2.0 rolled around, was it already switched over to the Lord of the Rings Online?
But ill omens these days.
Okay, find Dindal. Oh, there's the Outlook. That's where the Harlond quest will be. So that is what I'm going to leave for the future. We will check out Harlond, which is sure to be a fun camp, having been to Harlond already. And then we will probably start the Upper Lebanon in my next adventure on this Warden, the next part of the mini-series, Warden's Gondor, which I might as well call a full series after we're on 15 parts. Probably going to go to like, I don't know exactly how many parts, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were like 20 parts. I might even continue this series. Maybe I will do a poll or let you all vote. As this series goes on to the level 105 content, which will technically be Gondor, maybe I should continue like Far Anorian, Old Anorian, North Ithilien, the Waste, all of that as a Warden's Gondor, and just have this be turn it from a mini-series to a mega-series, which is maybe something I'm thinking that would be the best way to organize these videos, because I don't know what I would actually call the next set for level 105 on the server. So I kind of like that idea, but if anybody has input on that, or if that would be helpful keeping it the same series. I don't know if people find that helpful, not helpful, or whatever going on with that stuff. So yeah. So it was already LOTRO, Double Z, if you remember. Oh, you have a 3-inch binder somewhere with every patch note and bug report from Alpha 2 to release. That's probably got to be a lot of patch notes. Of course, 3-inch binder, but a lot of patch notes and a lot of bug reports. I can definitely see that. But yeah, it is time for me to go to bed and wrap up this stream. I will probably take this character, I'm guessing, yeah, I'll go ahead and take her to the war room for War of Three Peaks. And as far as this stream goes, I already covered what we did. Basically did some missions, then Osgiliath, Dome of Stars, and then Eastern Gondor. And future content I plan to stream tomorrow, and that is the short version, maybe a video or stream Friday, don't know yet. And then don't know exactly what after that. I'll probably do a regular Saturday stream. As far as I know, this weekend will be a pretty typical schedule for me overall. So I do want to thank everybody for joining the stream, of course, and if if you did enjoy the stream, please consider liking and subscribing for more, or becoming a channel member to support the content. And thanks for joining, chatting, and watching, everyone.